I don't do it for like a fucking year, and then I forget everything. Okay, I think we're live. Can everyone hear us?
Oh. I just heard us.
Okay, good. Well, if you can hear us, then I'm happy. That means it's working. Oh,
and the stream seems to have started.
Okay, good.
Yes, we can.
Yay.
Where's David?
That is a very good question.
Oh. I heard a join chatty noise.
That's me.
Yeah.
Blech.
Ah.
There you are.
Hey, bud.
Hey.
Should put on
What's
my
up?
webcam.
Is my
people got to see our faces for this.
Is my camera on? It says my camera's on.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I can see you.
It's not letting me see myself.
It's not fair. How dare?
I'm not showing.
Hey, everyone, we got it rolling.
Yeah, I'm not currently showing our webcams right now on screen. I can later if we want to, because I think we're gonna.
My own camera.
That's
there it
fair.
is. Hey, there's me.
Let me bring up the tier list.
Catching up with the chat. I appreciate Kayla's enthusiasm that I appeared. Hi, Kayla. Love you. Not that I don't love everyone else. I'm just going to show favoritism to my spouse, okay?
How we all doing, everyone? I mentioned to the chat, Abby, that as we are as on brand as possible. You were late due to mixing a cocktail.
I had everything prepared, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to clean this one thing. It's going to take me 30 minutes. Hour and 10 minutes later, I'm like, fuck! Yeah, I know,
so,
David, you sent the tier list, and now I can't. Oh, there it is. Okay, I had the wrong link.
Yeah, I got it.
We should open by talking about the charity and the whole deal with that.
Yes, I agree.
Right, we should definitely do some housekeeping while we're here and get that established. So the charity in question is supporting Freedom Flotilla, and this is a huge like multinational effort from different groups in different countries, as I understand it.
Yeah.
With the goal of getting much needed food and supplies past the blockade and into Gaza for the people that are there. So,
and for anyone who essentially, and for anyone who doesn't know, this is the website. We have the donation link in several areas, and you know what? I'll just pop it into chat while I'm at it, because why not?
Yeah.
So and in the past we've done Tiltify. He was. In the past we've done Tiltify. We have a cool overlay, and we're able to like track how much donations and set a goal. For whatever reason, Tiltify doesn't have a integration with the Freedom Flotilla, which really sucks. But instead of just finding a different one, we really want to support this one. The Flotilla like made it the furthest it ever has. We actually don't know the status of some of the boats. Some of them may have made it, but like that's the most we know. Also, people have been detained by Israel, and we don't know exactly their status either. So they're going to need support. They're going to need legal help. So anything anyone can donate, let us know in the chat if you feel comfortable. You can just say you donated. You don't have to give the amount if you don't want to, but whatever you do, just let us know so we can shout it out.
For sure.
Now, I will say one thing in the interest of the discussion here is, and I heard this just today while I was talking to some friends, is that while there have been, while the blockade has been distracted dealing with the flotilla, a bunch of people in Gaza have been able to actually get out and fish. So they're still, which they weren't able to do. So now they're able to like feed their own people because they are getting out there and they're fishing. So already that's helping a lot. just in terms of distracting the blockade, the illegal blockade, I should mention.
Yes.
You know,
Arguably the worst
I think-
humanitarian crisis of our time.
on top of just everything else, but yeah.
Thank you, Kayla, for the donation.
Hey.
Yes, thank you, Kayla.
And we'll be shouting out the charity throughout the stream when we have breaks and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first point of order, since this stream is an all-encompassing creative horror stream, there is one part of the stream of creative horror we need to address. Abysme, what you drinking?
I am drinking the themed drink that we decided on, which is a French 75, and it is delicious.
It is so good and so easy to make.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's said to prepare in a champagne flute,
which I do not own.
I do not own one either. I have a single wine glass, and it's my one that say, "Let's stay in and watch Hallmark Channel."
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Apropos.
There we go. Oh,
Woo.
damn. Yeah.
I've
Sure.
become modern outlet stores in that it is October and all my brain can think of now is fuck, Christmas is right around the corner.
Oh no.
I thought you were going to say you have become every Midwest housewife.
Great question, Kayla. What is in a French 75? A French 75 has 4 ingredients. And it is gin, it is simple syrup, lemon juice, and champagne.
That's it.
That's it. If you want to get fancy and put a twist of lemon, you can do that. But it's simple. It is delicious, and it is the second time I am downing a lot of Prosecco in a creative horror project.
Yeah, I have opened up
Prosecco though.
I've opened up a bottle for this drink, and I'm like, oh, I actually have to drink the rest of this now, or it's just gonna go bad unless I can't find my wine stopper. Oh well, fuck it.
You just have to now.
I have no other way of dealing with this problem. There's just nothing I can do.
I am taking a small audio break to tie my hair back. One moment.
Sickany donated $30 Australian. Thank you so much, Sickany.
Thank you, Sickany. Shout out to Sickany, one of our one of the folks who's consistently come through with feedback, which we always appreciate. Just want to shout out Sickany real quick for that. But thank you for your support.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
So,
I have nothing to drink right now, but that's okay because again, I'm trying to be. I unfortunately do have to go to a graveyard shift after our stream tonight. Hey, I mean, at least it's for my seasonal job, so
True.
you know.
True.
We when I set out to start this podcast 10 years ago, I didn't necessarily plan on it being my my main source of income, and you know what? That held true. So there you go.
Hey, you know what?
It's a
More
hobby,
power
if
to
anything
you.
else. So yeah.
So
I've successfully tied my hair in a ponytail.
you have. Are you? So should we? Focus camera. Come on. I know we got to get to the tier list, but do we want to do our retrospective, or just kind of like generally introduce our retrospective ideas, and maybe we can appear on camera for this? You all go with that?
I think that's
Sure.
a good idea.
Okay, cool.
Now, keep in mind, I'm kind of in the background working on a couple of things that I'd like to do as sort of straw polls for our chat. I pitched these to the guys earlier when we were talking about this, that we might, for those who have followed us through the series and have listened to the stories, we talk a little bit about some of our just weird favorite oddities, things like the best weird names of characters, Dr. Satan's best hideout in the series, you know, stuff like that. But I'm sure we'll get through that as we go through the retrospective a little bit. And actually, in the background, I have each story of Weird Tales pulled up, so we can, at a moment's notice, I could flick through them and try and find info
Perfect.
if we need to clarify.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I also want to make sure we get.
Just
our
be careful
fate
putting
counter
covers
correct.
on screen. We could get colors
Yeah.
on screen. We could get in actual YouTube trouble for that with some of those.
Well, I'm not.
Fucking stupid.
I'm not. That's why I'm doing it on my end, not on.
Cool. Cool.
We're not doing it on Abysme's end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Abysme is the one hosting and has the visual cues. So.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we finished Dr. Satan. For those of you who haven't caught up yet, everything is in a playlist, and I've now actually just started re-listening for fun on my own, and I like cannot believe just how much fun we had with this series. It was just a perfect storm of actually interesting literature, novel content for the podcast, funny bits, and then endless fodder for us to just make stupid inside jokes that last for how long have we been reading this series? Like over a year at this point?
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Well, that's keeping in mind we've had lots of stops and starts. We weren't able to do it consistently.
True.
But every time we did, we would at least move a little bit forward. And keep in mind, each story was going to encompass 2 whole episodes. We would split each story into 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of content. And what started out, again, is kind of just a fluke, a lark, turned into like the main thing that was kind of keeping me going for a bit there. And
Yeah.
actually, I think
Dr.
it's kind of
Dr. Satan has got it.
Go.
Dr. Satan has gotten us through some rough times.
Yeah. Not that things are like, hunky dory now, but there was definitely a transitionary period there where it was just this giant blessing in disguise. And thank you, Paul Ernst, for writing your barely veiled gay fic that also probably inspired everything that we watched today, apparently.
$50 from Moonvog. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Saw that. Thank you, Woonvog.
First episode was January 2024. Oh my god. So over a year and a half.
Yeah, Kayla makes a good point. So nearly 2 years at this point. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
And I'm sure, I don't know, I hope no one there is sick of it, because honestly, oh god, there it is.
There's the monkey. The monkey.
This was a popcorn bucket I got when the movie came out, and I keep dice in here now.
I mean, fair. Oh, funny D&D story. One of my nephews, my eldest nephew, is in high school now, just started, and came over one day for a party and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing D&D now." I jump up and go, "You're what? You have to tell me what you're doing." And that was really fucking cool. And then later, my brother calls, is like, "Hey, do you have extra dice?" Like, absolutely, I have extra dice. So we gave him some of our excess dice. And the little shit comes back next time and says, "None of these are the same color." Okay, you go to Barnes & Noble and spend $40. Little bastard. But no, he's cool. He's playing a tiefling cleric, which is baller.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I was like, hey, clerics will always be able to fill no matter what. So start learning that now.
Yeah. Clerics are not defined by species either. Let your hellspawn be your person of infernal descent be a cleric. Why
Hell
not?
yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I already finished my French 75 and I already want another one.
I had one before the stream, and I'm almost through a double.
We will have to take multiple breaks to do this.
I've also been awake for 30 hours.
Oh, Jesus, not again.
Alan, what the fuck?
It's another one of those.
Oh, man.
You could have warned us, dude.
Nah.
I would like you to live, please.
No, it's an Alan thing where Alan loves our viewing audience. Alan is also terrified of being on camera and on audio, but we're here now and it's cool now.
Okay.
The moment it actually started, I was chill, but the build up to it was, oh god, I gotta talk in front of the people again.
Oh god.
Which is
We have to make the funny in person and not just in an audio where we can count on future Maureen to back us up. She can't.
I can't count on future Maureen to censor me anytime I say something.
Something that might get us on a watch list.
Well, today also for me has been just balls to the wall. Last night we have like a Friday hangout with some local friends, and we usually like, you know, eat pizza and watch stuff, and that group had never seen The Birdcage. So we were like, you need to watch The Birdcage. And Alan is probably thinking of the moment I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
What were we watching? I already forgot the name of that.
Literally, it's literally the funniest Jameson Tapes moment, I think. We were watching Where Evil Lurks, I think is the name of the movie.
Which was a Sade recommendation.
It was a Sade recommendation. And it's the way I described it to someone is it's an incredible 10 out of 10 movie that I never want to watch again in my entire life.
It's like an Ari Aster film, but from like the Southern Hemisphere. So yeah.
It is the bleakest movie I've ever seen in my whole life, probably.
It's rough.
And so we were watching that on Jameson Tapes, and the credits started rolling, and me and Abysme were just quiet and like reflecting on our lives, but we were watching it on Amazon Prime. And it just went, up next, The Birdcage.
And we have that on recording too, so it's in the episode, but it was such emotional whiplash.
Yeah.
Sure.
We were inebriated. We were just full of existential dread, trying to process everything, and then the birdcage pops up. It was amazing. But anyway, so back on track. Love this group, love this podcast. This is what we do. So we do that. We were up late, and then I come back, and then this morning I went and I did some mutual aid stuff, which was awesome. It was my first time doing it in person.
Good.
After that, I did some other stuff with some really cool people. Came back, got this set up, cleaned something for way too long, and now I'm here. And it was a really tough work week, so I'm looking forward to just hanging out with my boys.
Yes. I'm old now.
Yeah.
Not too much older than us. So.
I'm old now.
I feel old.
Kayla, it's weird. I can keep watching Schindler's List, and I don't know why, because it is a rough movie, but there's a difference between just emotional and stuff like Beau is Afraid, which I probably will watch a second time, but that first watch was just, I wanted to jump out of my skin.
I've seen Beau is Afraid, and I'm probably going to watch it again, but I still need time.
Yeah, and it was probably over a year ago at this point that I saw it.
Yeah,
so,
same.
This time on movies that deal psychic damage.
Emotional damage. If everyone's ready for the shortest episode of the Jameson Tapes ever, I watched VHS Halloween today. It was okay.
I'm sure it was.
Well, at least it was better than the last one, which was just bad. I'm still angry about that. Their sci-fi one, and I'm like, I'm hyped, and then
I really think maybe for VHS Halloween, the interstitials for it are the best part of this one.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I can't watch Beau is Afraid because there's certain aspects of it I just cannot vibe. I mean,
fair.
Within the first 25 minutes, I was like, I know we use the word cringe to, ad nauseum these days, but I was like knees to my chest doing this in the fetal position.
Oh,
it's an amazing movie. Ari Aster is an amazing director, but excuse me.
Well, they're all keeping busy, it seems like, so that's
that's
important. I'm not going to elaborate. on my end.
Responding to chat, there was one segment of VHS Beyond I liked, and the rest of it kind of left me cold. But wildly open to interpretation and personal taste is the VHS series. I had a friend who said the one that I thought was one of my favorite VHS shorts was, for a while I thought it was my favorite, and he said he thought it was the worst one. So but yeah, and entirely up to personal taste.
Sure.
And I appreciate it entirely for the fact for putting a spotlight on upcoming horror directors.
What did we get drunk and watch? Not for a Jameson tape. We hung out and we just watched that anthology.
We watched 3 dog shit movies
in a row.
Chat, we did some extracurricular Jameson tapes where we watched 3 back-to-back movies, and
I've got the fucking DVD. Let me go get it.
They were all dog shit, and it was one of the best nights I've had in some time.
Oh yeah, okay. Maybe I blotted some of it from my memory. I'm trying to remember what the titles were.
Yeah, we watched one.
Yes, Kayla, we're talking about that night.
There will be more Jameson Tapes episodes soon. We have a very, very old episode that I got almost done editing and then lost all my work, and it pissed me off to an absurd degree.
Oh my god,
that is the worst.
But I am gonna buckle down and edit it, and there's some fucking hilarious bits in that episode. But yeah, that spoiling it now, we watched Companion.
Very fun watch, very fun episode.
And to give you an idea how long ago that was recorded, we jokingly referred to it as our late Valentine's Day episode. But I will get that up very soon.
I sat down a couple friends for Bloody Pit of Horror a while back. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So good.
Nice one, Vaughn.
So this is the first thing we watched. The Dark Tapes.
Yeah. I kept through the first
near the end of that.
Yeah.
Through the first half of that movie, I kept trying to make excuses for it. and then I was just like, hey, you know what? Actually, this fucking blows.
This is terrible. I should have guessed it. I should have predicted the quality after in the first 10, no, not even 10 minutes, probably 2 minutes. There's a professor from Caltech who's the least convincing professor I have ever seen in cinema in my life. I was like, oh no, this is going to be bad. I spent $20 on this thing. Not that I regret it, because again, we had an amazing time, and I have this this shop near me that just deals it's got music, all sorts of music media, new and old. It's got just giant fucking wall of DVDs, and most of it's horror. It's a horror oriented shop, but then it has a whole other section of just of whatever. But I'll go there and be like, I'm just gonna look for horror DVDs, and I'm building up my DVD library again because streaming sucks ass and I hate it. So I just bought a copy, for example, of the Blair Witch Project, so I always have it and I don't have to go hunting it down or sign up for some random fucking service. So it's the Dark Tapes. I love one of my favorite guilty pleasures is found footage, so I just picked that up.
I think Abisby and I are the biggest apologists for found footage films.
I think so.
You'll find in the drunken horror movie reviewing scene.
I remember watching one that I need to rewatch where the conceit is a dude lost his dad somewhere in the wilderness, and he's Bigfoot did it. And so he gets his friends together to go hunt Bigfoot, and they all die, of course. But the ending is just weird grunts, and then it's green text on black screen of what the grunts mean in Bigfoot language.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
And it's
Oh,
we need to rewatch it because it's terrible and I love it, and it was so stupid. But again, found footage is my guilty pleasure. I don't know why.
But no, yeah, the dark tapes. I was sitting here trying to be the found footage apologist I am, and it's like, well, you're not always going to get the best actors for these kind of things, and well, some of the special effects. Well. Oh, this movie's just bad.
This is just bad. This is just bad. You called like the second entry's twist miles before it happened. And then what did we do? I have this thing, this compilation called 15 horror movies. These are all public domain movies. This is why they're slapped onto 2 DVDs. What did we watch? On here, of course, is actually Bloody Pit of Horror, believe it or not. Yeah. What did we do?
We watched the Francis Ford Coppola movie.
Yeah, Dementia 13.
Yeah,
which is a lot cooler than it's. Sorry, it sounds a lot cooler than it is, and it's not.
It's not very good.
No.
But if you look into the backstory of it, it is kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
But basically, fucking Roger Corman, right?
Yep.
Roger Corman had some extra budget of a movie he already finished, and he gave it to a young upstart named Francis Ford Coppola and was like, that Psycho movie's pretty popular. You make one.
Do that.
That's right. That one was weird. But like, honestly, there was something kind of, I don't know, kind of intriguing about it, which is what kept me interested.
There's other shit on here that we need to watch. The Undertaker and His Pals by Robert Lowry.
We'll never run out of garbage to watch.
No, really, we will not.
No.
I want to rewatch Blood Tide because it has James Earl Jones in it. It's one of his earliest pieces, 1982.
Really?
I gotta talk to Greg about doing that one thing we were gonna do.
Yeah, we do need to do that really badly.
If anyone remembers my old roommate Greg from Dawn Somewhere days, we kind of got him on the hook to do a Jameson tapes with us, and we have something special in mind.
Yep. Looking forward to that when we get it done. This started as a retrospective, and now we veered off.
Yeah, we really veered off.
Anyway, Dr. Satan.
Yes, Dr. Satan. So,
God damn it.
The world's weirdest criminal.
The
world's weirdest criminal.
For those who don't know, which I assume is everyone here, but anyone watching in the future, how we found this is another Jameson link. We were watching Kazam, and in between watching the movie and then doing our commentary, we take a little break because we need to go to the bathroom, get some food, refill our drinks, etc.
We've been drinking for an hour and a half,
at
and
least.
We have to pee.
Yeah. And so in the bit in between, I'm just on r/pulp, which I love, great subreddit, shout out r/pulp, and I come across this artwork of a man in a comical devil's outfit with a stack of money and a skull that's on fire, and I'm like, that's stupid. Alan, check this out. And we riff on it for a short second, and then I think I shared it with the rest of the group later. Kayla at some point goes, that's in the public domain, right? And I'm like, can we read this then? Because this looks dumb as hell. And from there was over a year and a half of content. So it just goes to show you that if you, I hate to say it, but you can judge a book by its cover.
It just goes to show you the beautiful, beautiful things that happen when you allow Shaq into your heart.
And alcohol. Copious amounts of alcohol.
Somehow Kazam granted a wish for more content, and it acted through several agents through Kayla suggesting it being public domain.
As much as I would have loved spending a solid year only reading short story 1 stories. No.
No,
No.
My
Nah,
psyche can't take it.
That motherfucker tried to kill me.
Yeah,
Yes.
we have that on camera too.
Yeah.
We're recording.
Well, to be fair, it was the artist that claims to be Rorschach Rorschan.
True.
Or was it Julia Grain? I don't remember.
Whichever one at this point.
Yeah. But
I'll give them one thing. Their commitment to kayfabe is impeccable.
Yes.
It is. It is. Yeah. No notes. 10 out of 10.
I should mention, since it's imperative, I know it eventually did kind of spiral into kind of the three of us doing it, but at the very beginning, for the first few stories, it was you, me, it was us three, and also Kayla, and occasionally Matt.
Yep.
So
yeah, we had Matt for 1 or 2 stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a weird trend because Matt would come in for the latter half of a couple of the stories, so that was really funny. But
And he's the one.
Here.
He's the one that said "Socialist Hero Dr. Satan" in the second half of episode 1 of story 1. So we kind of ran with that based on his suggestion.
Well, it's stuck. I think everybody, at least, even if they weren't here for every story, everybody contributed something, some in joke that we ran with the whole time. That was Socialist Hero Dr. Satan was Matt's big contribution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One that I can attribute to Kayla for sure is Beatrice. Where's my coffee?
Also, Kayla provided the faint counter noise too.
Yes, Kayla is the fate counter noise. And also, another thing I think this was the whole thing about, please note, everybody here is a girl, not a woman.
Yes, that kept coming back too, over and over again. Fucking bizarre.
It's weird. It's so weird. And I know that I don't think I would have loved to have it be, the 4 of us continuing through. Circumstances do happen, but I'm just glad we were able to get through it. And I went back and re-listened to every episode in the the months leading up to this, and I'd be listening to it on my commutes. I'm just like, we had so much fun. So it helped me remember where some of the in jokes got started, who said them. So I want to make sure credit is where credit is due, with especially where it comes to Kayla and Matt. So
yeah, for sure. Oh my god.
Sure. Hi, hon. Speaking of which, hi, hon.
Hi.
I'm praising you.
Aw.
Because you're awesome.
Thank you.
I'm also praising you.
Matt, Alan's also praising you. We all are, actually. I don't know. Hold on. Now you are. I can see you now.
Hi.
Yay!
Hi, Kayla.
Hi,
Love
Kayla.
I go walk the dog. Gracie.
She can come in. She's
Person.
allowed.
Hi.
Just to make it clear, since you can't hear what they're saying, both Alan and Abysme are very adamantly saying they love you.
Aw.
So
Have fun walking another dog. That's going to make Gracie very angry.
doggo.
Oh, we're going to get an on-screen Gracie appearance in just a second here. There she is.
Aw, there she
Oh
is.
my God.
Yay.
Are you going to put her in my lap?
I don't know where else to put her.
Good.
Okay, hang
Because I
on.
know as soon as she leaves, she's going to start barking.
Put her down.
Gracie's here. Everyone has to donate now.
Yep.
Yes. Love you.
Love you. I'll be back in about.
Sounds good. Call me if anything comes up. Okay.
So, yeah, we had
$100 for Gracie.
yes, $100. I should probably do that at some point. We had an amazing time. There's just so much we harvested from this series. Of course, the comedy part of it, but just a glimpse into the writing of yesteryear has been fascinating. Not that we're all familiar with it. We've all read stuff like this before, even on the podcast. But to really take this deep of a dive for this long was something special. And not all the scans were good, so sometimes we had to guess what they were saying. There was typos, of course, that was hilarious. But just the way things were said also lent themselves to the hilarity. And sometimes, like, I don't know what Paul was on with these naming conventions. Because at what point did he just choose to make silly fucking names?
Yeah, well, actually, that's one of the things I've been working on in the background. Like I said, I'm noting down some names, and I haven't even gotten to Hollywood horror yet. But names like Merton Billingsley, Ballard W. Walstead,
Fucking Walstead,
old friend. Edward, I'm naming the weirdest ones that stick out to me. Edward Dombey, Harold Cragness, and Princess Rimsky.
Not Chichester.
No, Chichester's on the list. Chichester will be on the list.
Okay, good.
Chichester will be on the. I'm going in chronological order. I'm not listing Joan Harwell. That's normal, but Stang.
Yeah,
old friend Stang.
Yeah,
Stang.
Mm-hmm.
Stang. What are the other polls we did?
Well, if I scroll back up into my notes, some of the things we talked about doing were best weird name, this is sort of to get a feel for if you all want to do this later on chat, we can do this, but best weird name, best character created basically for the show. So basically characters that had no personalities and we just gave them personalities. Think Bernard Hallowell or cut full cloth characters like Frank Exposition, even Science Friend. Dr. Satan's most effective plan, like the one that actually went the best, his best hideout. That could be in terms of coolness or just in terms of the one he made best use of. The most absurd moment in a Dr. Satan story. Ascot's worst collateral damage. And the millionaire most deserving of their fate.
I don't know about the most collateral damage, but the moment that just sticks in my mind eternally is, I forget which issue it is, but Ascot's in a tree across the street and watches Dr. Satan put a bug down someone's shirt, and then the bug kills him. And instead of running over and sucking the venom out, removing the bug, Keen just like records it and goes, that was probably Dr. Satan. just watch this murder happen.
That was the man who chained the lightning. That was John Weldman's valet, who was killed by a venomous insect, and then his last words were, "Master, millions, shaving."
That's right. That's right. I think the most absurd moment's the clock.
Yeah, it has to be the clock.
The clock. It
has to be the clock.
I still don't quite understand how that plot mechanism works. It cannot be as simple as they didn't notice the clock. Like
that's if I remember correctly.
I've done some drugs.
Let's go into the clock for a second.
I've done some drugs in my days. I have never felt further detached from reality than the clock moment reveal in that issue of Dr. Satan. I went briefly insane.
Oh, yeah. There's so many moments where I'm just, what is happening?
Mm-hmm. The clock moment, just to make it clear, is it's not just the fact, it feels like it has a deeper meaning than it should, and then it's just this position on the desk that hid the fact that the people coming in were not pre-writing the checks. They put their hand and the check behind the clock. They pantomime writing it out where Mercer, the bank manager, wouldn't see them, and then they'd shake it out to make it look like they. So literally, the whole plan hinged on sleight of hand and a clock being in Mercer's line of sight to make sure he didn't see that the checks were not pre-written.
The plan hinged on that, and it is a plan that also involved flesh golems of millionaires.
Yes. The protoplasm.
Again,
the protoplasm.
The fucking whiplash of that story is just intense.
Yeah. Actually, before we do that, because that's the second story, do we want to kind of talk about retrospectively each story in chronological order? Not the order we read them, because we did read them out of order. But
yeah.
I re-listened to the first story, and it was good. But all I could think about listening to it was like, these motherfuckers have no idea what they're in store for. And those motherfuckers were us.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty wild. It's honestly still pretty wild that how much crazier it does get. And we didn't think it could get crazier. And I remember as the story get on, it felt like, kind of like you said, Alan, it felt like being on drugs, because it was like we at a certain point we were like, we got to get that fixed, man. We got to get that crazy. It's got to be crazier and crazier every time, or it won't be satisfying. And so we would always get let down when a story would come along, like Horror Insured, or even The Devil's Double, where some goofy stuff would happen, but it would feel like it would backpedal on the weird stuff. And also, as we started to care more about the continuity more than Paul did, that's when it got frustrating too.
Admittedly, looking back, we shouldn't have cared about continuity maybe as much, but I also feel like characters just kind of didn't develop at all at some point, or maybe they would make leaps in development and then they would be retconned. So it's a give and take, I think.
Yes. Well, and it's true. There would be I think you described it once as Aqua Teen logic.
Yeah. Yeah.
There 100%. Was jumping ahead to our final issue and our little post-credits scene. It was great.
Yeah.
To hear someone as frustrated as us from back then.
from 90 years ago, almost 90 years ago.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing too.
But
These stories are over 90 or almost 90 years old. I think actually, the first Dr. Satan story came out in August of 1935. So
but I also had a weird moment re-listening to it where listening to someone else making the same complaints against Paul that we were, I had a moment was like, hey, fucking leave Paul alone.
Yeah. I both want to give Paul all the credit, but also none of the leeway.
Yeah.
I think instead of going story by story, if we're going to do that, we might as well just bring up the tier list, because we're going to have to talk about them and justify where they are on the tiers anyway. So let me
I think
do that.
I think the finals of this are going to have to come down to, we each have to pick an A tier story, and I think we have to debate which one of those makes it to the S tier.
Okay. I have a feeling. Oh, by the way, I don't know about y'all, but I took my tier list, and I originally was just S through D, but I decided that wasn't good enough, so I had to give a name to each of those letters. So at the top is Satan tier.
Good.
Below that for A, I had A for Ascot tier. B is Beatrice. C is Chichester. And D is Dombey.
Dombey.
Edward Dombey.
God. All right. Well,
extra points if you can remember which of them died in that story, because I know at least one of them died. I think it might have been Shepherd Case or whatever. I don't remember.
Whatever.
Anyway.
And as hard as I telegraphed which story I was going to pick as my A tier, I'm kind of torn now. Because the final Dr. Satan story in The Mask of Death is a real fucking banger.
Yeah.
And if before reading that story, you could have, any other time you would have asked me, I would have said Man Who Chained the Lightning.
No, it's going to be really tough. Before we start, I'm going to go refill my drink real quick.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fair.
I'm gonna take a bio break and refill my drink. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna leave me all alone then? Huh?
Yeah. Dance,
I have
dance,
to
monkey.
babysit Gracie. Fine. You happy now? Are you? Anyway, yeah. Sorry, Lori. Yeah, people were picking on Paul. Sickony, yes, some characters died multiple times. That is a point. Although it should be fair, Dr. Satan has made people, clones of people from protoplasm. Maybe he did the same. If I were to do an expanded take on this, and you know we've threatened this many times as we've gone through the series. If I were to do a thing of this, I could always justify that Dr. Satan made a paper mache death mask of Gers and Bostiff and then created clones. Possible. I mean, the dude's a friggin' necromancer too, so it's not within the realm of possibility. Gracie, Sickony wants to. Oh, there she is. She's over there. Sickony wants to know your opinion on Dr. Satan. Gracie's opinion on Dr. Satan seems to be, I want to go outside, Daddy, and I want you to leave the door open. I don't care about Dr. Satan. I just want you to leave the door open. Also, give me all the treats. That just seems to be Gracie's MO.
Leave the door open,
welcome
Daddy.
Back. That'll be the title of my biography. Leave the door open, Daddy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, once Alan gets back, I think though I want to discuss the merits. I do want to do it in chronological order. I think it's important.
I think so. Yeah.
And then we can talk about where those stories fall on our, because this is more of a discussion. We can have multiple stories in certain tiers, but I think there's at least, for me, there's at least one story in every tier. And I don't know, I made my own list. In 3 of the tiers, there's at least 2 stories. That's all I'm going to say.
The champagne tastes like apple juice, which is probably a bad thing.
Are you sure it's champagne and not apple juice?
Oh, I'm very sure. That was definitely a champagne bottle. Oh well.
Okay. I would hope it is. I will give, okay, now here's the thing. At 7 o'clock, I will give Gracie her treat because she gets 1 treat at 7 o'clock. That's her deal. It's her nightly, she knows it's getting around that time. We've got like less than an hour here on our end, on my end. So at that point, I will give Gracie her beloved favorite little healthy snack.
Oh shit.
But until then, she's going to be...
Sorry, I have an update from Paprika that they're already sending 11 more ships on the Flotilla. So they're not waiting for the current, I would call them hostages, to be released. They're just sending more boats already, which is fan-fucking-tastic.
Overwhelmed. This is so great. These people who are doing this are brave as all get out. And
Fuck yeah.
I'm glad thank you all. Hey, for those who've donated so far, and I've seen them, we've shouted you out. Thank you so much for your donations. It really means something to us. Because this bullshit, this is bullshit. It has to stop.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so cool to see.
Bullshit is an understatement. Bullshit is a fucking understatement for what's happening right now. So
war crime.
I dare not say more. Yeah, okay, thank you. Let's be real.
Crimes.
War crime.
Oh, that's so fucking cool. Yeah, so there you go. Anyone who can donate, please let us know. And share it with others. Like if you have a friend who donates, and they're not on stream, you can let us know. Like it doesn't have to just be on stream.
Yeah, absolutely. Anywho, Gracie's big mad right now. Do you want to come back on screen, Gracie?
Big mad.
She doesn't really want to. Come here. Come here. Whoa. Puppy cam.
Puppy cam.
Puppy cam. People need to see your haircut, Gracie.
Oh.
She got a haircut recently. She looks amazing. She's a diva. Aren't you?
Oh.
She's my diva. The unofficial, actually, let's be real. The unofficial official mascot of Undercooked Analysis. Considering her barking has been in it enough.
Sickony says can't see. Oh, duh, sorry. Because I don't have the thing up. There we go.
There. I've got her on screen right now.
There we go. Give it a second.
So yeah, I'm not looking at the stream at the moment, so I don't know when I am or am not on camera. So I'm
You are
kind of
now
glad
on
you had something
camera.
there other than our faces.
Yeah,
Okay,
you are
that's
now on
good. Well,
camera.
everybody gets to see Gracie. Everybody gets to see me and Gracie now. Gracie. I don't think she's having the best time right now. She's
No.
she's tolerating the heck out of me right now. Your
She
audience
knows she
loves
has
you,
to
Gracie.
suffer for her public.
She does. I'm just gonna hide behind her greatness. All right. You want to go down now? I'll put you down.
No.
You can sit in my lap. You want to sit in my lap? No. You might see the top of her head. There we go. There's a
And
blurry
there
figure in the distance.
Is Alan coming back?
Here comes Alan. Here comes Alan. All right, I'm following Lori's advice. I'm giving her scritches. Later there will be treats.
Oh,
Daddy is back.
Daddy's back. Back again.
Hi, Daddy. Once again, friendly reminder: your boy's a year older. Your boy there. Happy birthday!
Happy
Alan.
birthday.
Yeah, I'm
He
old.
says happy birthday. We all aspire to be as old as Alan someday. And someday,
Yeah, so no, so no joke. I may or may not have told this story on the podcast before, but I have to stop ironically calling myself daddy because it's leaked into casual conversation. While sleep deprived one day, I stood up from my desk at work and announced to the office, apropos of nothing, Daddy's gonna go get some more envelopes.
I was holding a party not too long ago, and someone just made the daddy joke to me, and then I ran with it and just calling myself daddy, and they're like, "You stop! I regret doing that. You're making me very uncomfortable." And I did that for like 3 straight hours.
You champion.
No,
you
you-
absolute madman, the
there's-
champion.
Yes, my coworkers had one of two reactions that I couldn't gauge which. They either didn't hear me or they respectfully pretended not to hear me.
I took for Paprika's birthday, which was a couple weeks ago, I took her and some friends to a drag brunch in downtown,
Oh,
which was
fun.
amazing. It was actually Gotham themed, believe it or not, which I had not planned,
Oh,
but it was fantastic. So we had some Poison Ivy, we had Livewire, we had Batgirl, of course, but then we also had Joker. And I think the best performance, or just the one that stood out to me the most, was Clayface. And they would start the number by on the screen at the back of the stage showing like relevant material. And more than half of it was the animated series, because why wouldn't you?
hell yeah.
And they had that scene where some like mogul is talking up his anti-wrinkle cream, and then a woman comes up and says like, I object to this, and are you going to comment on the reports that it's actually terrible for people, and also look what you did to me, and then turns into Clayface and attacks him on camera, and then it cuts, and then the performer comes out in this amazing Clayface outfit and just starts singing this like soulful 70s number, and it was just awesome. Like, I did not know what to expect for that whole production, and it was incredible.
That rules.
But the linkage here, because there's always a link, is at the end of it, the waiter's coming around and says, okay, I've got the check. Who's Big Daddy? And everyone just points at me. I'm like, okay, yeah. And I paid.
Well, the other unintended, maybe Freudian link is a connection between Batman and Dr. Satan, because we know that this was a few years before Bill Finger and Bob Kane released Batman to the world. And this is like proto-Batman. We have a rich detective who's most people see as a playboy, but has actually got a secret life as a detective, supposedly the greatest detective. He's got, and his arch nemesis is a weird costumed villain. He's the worst detective. He's the worst detective I've ever seen.
I think Paul even realized as he was going he was really bad because as the series progressed, they talked less about him being a detective and more about him being a mage.
Or just being there. Oh
yeah,
my
occult,
god.
master of the occult, Ascot Keen.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I actually put Ascot's name in the list of weird names, just because I think
it is weird.
I think there are names that are weird, but I think that's up for debate too.
Beatrice Dale, it's a very normal sounding name. Like
it is.
Yeah.
It is.
All right, we're popping back over to the tier list.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start with talking about just Dr. Satan, the very first story.
It's really hard I think it defaults to A. It has the unfair advantage of being just, it's like setting up a lot of things. It's setting up characters, dynamics, and certain expectations that we, immediately just flocked to. We thought it was hilarious. We thought it was absurd. So it's really tough to not put this in S or A off the bat, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It also has pyrokinesis over untold amounts of space and time.
Yeah. Let's break down that, because that's how it works. Dr. Satan is using two things in this story, this introduction story. One, the main impetus of his plot against the rich, which is not even the plot. It's not even the thing he's using against the rich in this one, the ancient Egyptian fireman. He's using a death shrub.
Yeah,
right.
He jostles you, plants a shrub in your brain by jostling you, and then within a certain amount of time, it sprouts and kills you and grows out of your head as this horrible little plant. And he does this to a couple different people, including the uncle of Merton Billingsley.
Merton.
This is what catches the attention of Ascot Keen, but rather than kill Keen with a death shrub, and by the way, he was able to he even planted the shrub in Walstead before Walstead even got to Keen. This is where we are introduced to our namesake for any rich person who dies in these stories, a Walstead.
Which also really bumps up this in the tier list. Walstead existed the entirety of our reading series.
Yeah, he is the prototypical fat fuck millionaire that you can find, the big businessman. And I don't say that I don't say that as it's just, it's the fact that these stories are really, whether they like it or not, it feels like Paul is very slyly, or maybe not so sly, or maybe we're taking the piss out of millionaires, pointing out just
there's too many happenstances for it to be unintentional. Upon re-listening and rethinking
it was
about
1935.
this, exactly. There's that. There's the fact, even in issue 1, Walstead, Keen says, well, do you have all the money? And he says, I'm really rich. I don't have all that money right here. I'd have to sell some stocks, move this around, and then I could eventually have it. I can't have it, just on hand, which is how big business works. When you get to a certain level of wealth, it's not liquid. It is equity. It is credit. It is stock. It's all this weird ephemeral shit that the rest of us don't have access to. And so you can't just say have $1 million on hand. Well, it doesn't work like that. I have to go talk to my CPA or whatever. And that is a perfect indicator of just the stupid amounts of wealth they had back then and now. So you wouldn't put that in there just glibly. That's a direct commentary on how rich these people were.
Yeah.
Yes. And Ernst makes sure to establish early on that not only is Dr. Satan rich, but so is Ascot. And the reason these two are parallels of each other is because neither has to worry about anything, but both kind of get into the occult and into crime or crime solving literally for the thrill of the game. Yeah. That's kind of why they do it. They both kind of pursue this as this weird hobby. Of course, Keen is always the one who's well, Dr. Satan, he's the evil one because he's pursuing this as a hobby. I'm well, yeah, but you're doing the same thing. And you're they really are kind of just this mirror of each other.
The only difference between Keen and Dr. Satan is Dr. Satan looks to kill people. Keen lets people die.
Yes, he would let. Keen is the person who who like looks at the trolley problem and goes, it doesn't matter as long as I get to Dr. Satan.
Yeah, exactly. Like Keen is okay with collateral, and we're not talking like a bomb going off in a crowded apartment building. We're talking about max of 10, 12 people. And that's rare. Usually it's like 1 to 3 or maybe 1 to 5. Mm-hmm. And he's like, no, I can't be bothered to save a handful of people unless I really am interested.
I think username has the right answer, by the way. Just cutting over to chat. Lori asked, which Batman villain is Dr. Satan the most like? And username said Ra's al Ghul.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Actually, I can see that. He's there. He's kind of trying to send a message. Yeah. Which is kind of what Ra's al Ghul does.
He's like if they made Ra's al Ghul in the 60s Batman show.
Yeah. Yeah, the Adam West one, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, just his sheer mastery or seeming mastery of the occult is unparalleled by anyone else except maybe Keen. So there's really a lot of other occult villains in Batman except for Ra's al Ghul. So
there are like a bunch of minor ones, but none that really. What about Etrigan?
Etrigan's.
He's just more cursed, I guess, than the actual occult user.
And also the other we're talking about, this must have inspired Batman, and to a degree, because like Batman is like if Sherlock Holmes was, had a costume and actually fist fought crime.
Yeah.
And Ascot Keen is like if Sherlock Holmes knew magic and was an idiot.
That's what, like, it's weird because Dr. Satan gets away with not having to, or Paul gets away with not having to explain where he got this knowledge, where he got this training, what the actual mechanisms of it are, because he's the antagonist. He, whatever. He set up a thing that electrifies people to death. He can do pyrokinesis, fuck you, whatever. But
we also equally don't get those answers about Keen.
Exactly. Yeah, we get the same thing with Keen, and it's like, well, then we're gonna root for the dude who has fun with it, because I don't know why Keen also gets to be this good. With Batman, they go into deliberate detail because he actually acts as a detective. He says, hey, the Joker did this, and I've broken it down in the lab with, the substances I found and the gunpowder, and it's clinical and detective work, but it's cool. Yeah. Keen is just like, oh yes, the Egyptian papyrus scroll. I also have a copy of that. And that's it.
And I also know I just happen to know the countermeasure. It's the green paste that I can put on my head and on my hands and on my feet.
Yeah.
And it keeps me from being burned alive.
Yeah.
Burned my fucking chair.
Missing the reveal that Keen and Dr. Satan just work at the same magic shop.
So is Dr. Satan just a weird? Did Dr. Satan inspire Now You See Me?
I mean,
Prestige?
I would love like some documentary expose if it was possible. I think a lot of the people that made stuff in the past have passed. So, but like, if they just put a cover of the issue of Doctor One of Dr. Satan in Weird Tales, and just put it in front of somebody like, hey, Bob Kane, did you recognize this? Oh yeah, that was my favorite story growing up. Like, how many people read that and just were subconsciously influenced because it's so weird. There's just so many things repeat. We had was it in Man Who Chained the Lightning? I forget now, but like we were making links to God, what was that fucking time travel movie?
Hold on.
Back to the Future. Like we were making Back to the Future references, and it's like maybe these are just coincidence. It's possible.
Yeah. Some of this is us reaching for sure, but
I don't know. You never know anymore.
As an aside, As an aside, I finally got around to seeing that new Fantastic Four movie for my birthday, and that part's not relevant. What's relevant is that during the trailers, there was the trailer for the new Now You See Me movie, and DeMarcus heard me audibly say two things in the theater. The first was why. And the second, I don't know how this crept out of me for a thing so inconsequential, but I just said, I wish I were dead.
Is the new Now You See Me movie called
It
Now
is.
You Don't?
I will say it is officially called Now You See Me and Now You Don't.
Jesus Christ.
Because they should have done that like ages ago.
Yeah.
Now You See Me, the sequel is called Now You Don't. We've talked about this on the podcast, I'm sure.
I swear to God.
Okay.
I swear to God.
So
Okay.
sorry,
Dr.
Dr. Satan.
Oh no!
Here's the
I put
thing.
us back up on screen. We need to go further with this tangent.
Oh no. Okay. Gracie is disturbed by this. She's moving.
Have you seen the trailer for that movie where Keanu Reeves is a guardian angel?
Yes.
No.
I think it's going to be crap. Like, I think all the Keanu parts are going to be great, but I'm not willing to sit through it. But Paprika's like, I've got to watch this, and I'm like, you're going to be disappointed. You know this is going to suck. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know Keanu's really cool, and we want to see him as a reluctant guardian angel, but you know this is not going to be good. I don't know.
No, there's no way. There's just no way.
It just made me think of Constantine and how much I love that fucking movie. I love Constantine. Like, not even ironically, I love that movie so much.
I also love Constantine. And we've had this discussion several times. We've talked about many movies we should watch on the Jameson tapes. I've still not seen Van Helsing, and I imagine I'm going to love it.
Oh, that's going to be so good.
I'd like to watch Van Helsing.
I've
actually never seen
it. I mean, we were just watching The Birdcage. There was a certain, like, there's eras of movies, of course.
I'll still be on.
Okay. And it's not to say that, like, there's not good movies coming out now. Of course there is. We just saw Weapons. But my friends and I have been going back through early aughts, quote unquote, garbage, and just are having the time of our lives. Yes, nostalgia is a factor. But they also just don't make movies like they used to. We are in a different era of cinema. And it is not untrue to say that aspects of prior cinematography and directing and notions are charming and beautiful, and I miss them. We just rewatched the entire run of the Underworld movies, and fucking tits. Love them.
Amidst my birthday week, had a day where I was just awake and doing nothing, and I was like, I want to watch something where I don't need any of my brain function to enjoy it. And I watched the first two Transporter movies.
Hell yeah. Someone on the RLM subreddit was like, you guys ever seen The Hitcher? And I was like, yes I have. It's a good ass movie.
That's some Jameson tapes deep lore right there.
That is a deep cut. Hitcher is fantastic. What was I gonna say? Fuck. Champagne's starting to get to me.
Your statement. That's gonna go down as one of your all-time great quotes right there.
Oh, for sure. But so was the new Fantastic Four good?
Yeah. It's very much don't need a lot of previous MCU knowledge to watch it. And it leans heavy on its aesthetic, but it's a good aesthetic.
Because I like the Fantastic Four, and I'm more of a DC enjoyer, whatever. I don't keep up on comic book stuff a lot anymore. But you know, if it's good, it's good. And I really like the Fantastic Four as a concept. I wish they would just do some miniseries, because they keep rebooting over and over and over again, and none of it sticks. And I don't think it's because the movies are necessarily bad. It's because they keep trying to just introduce this concept and setting it up again. And if the new one doesn't have a lot of setup, awesome. but
It
like just make a mini series, man. I think people would love it.
Current season of Peacemaker is really good, and Superman was fucking phenomenal. Anyway,
I still haven't seen Superman. I really need to. All right, back to Dr. Satan.
we've got one.
We got one. All right.
Okay, so
Are we okay with it at A? Should it be in a different place?
No. I on my look at it, it's A tier. It's clear. It's an absolute A tier story. It's an Ascot tier. It introduces everything that we come to know. We meet all the principal characters. We see Dr. Satan uses fire magic, but only specifically to target Ascot.
Yeah.
A bunch of other weird shit happens. It sets us up. We also get introduced to Gerson Bostiff, the ever-suffering hench people of Dr. Satan.
True.
We also get Beatrice for the first time. The only, like, actually competent person.
Yeah.
And for everything else, I should mention, I love Beatrice. I appreciate Beatrice just being there and being the quiet, supportive, long-suffering protagonist aide that she's been the whole time. She is very much the Oracle to Ascot's Batman.
I have a lot to say about the romantic or lack thereof implications of this whole series, but I'll save that until we get to closer to the end, I think. So,
Yeah.
Alan, you okay with it today, or do you have a different opinion?
It doesn't fit in with my initial concept of what our A's would be, but I don't think I can argue the point. It's the first one.
Yeah.
It introduces so much. And it has trees growing out of people's heads.
Yeah.
And how the fuck do you beat that?
Yeah. No, like I said, it has a lot of advantages just by being the first.
It was our first indication of the joyride we had in store for us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Is the second one the Consuming Flame, or?
That was the second one we read, but the second one was actually The Man Who Chained the Lightning.
Okay.
So the stakes get this is where a bunch of weird revelations start hitting us about this thing. This is where we watch Ascot's first real collateral. Well, no, Walstead was technically, because remember, he leaves and he looks at Beatrice and he's just like, it's already too late. Walstead is dead man walking.
I will do nothing to try to stop this. I won't try to examine him. I won't bring him to a hospital. Oh, he's just dead. Whatever. Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, you chained the lightning.
Well, this one is one of those ones where I think the power that Dr. Satan is manifesting is a little bit more nebulous. He's got as you so lovingly called it, a crystal dildo. It allows him to conjure. It is
one of the most homoerotic moments in the whole series, and that alone places it pretty high. But the rest of the story is, I wouldn't say forgettable, but it's also kind of like, eh.
Well, yeah, there's not a ton going on in it. One thing, because after going back and listening to it, I forgot about this. There's one character that's introduced as part of Ascot's people in the first story that's never brought up again. Apparently, he has a valet or a butler or a manservant named Rice.
Oh yeah,
yes,
and he's never brought up again. So whatever, who cares?
No, yeah, Paul was like, fuck that character.
Yeah. No Alfred's here.
Maybe a mod in the chat.
What's?
Oh boy.
Oh.
We have some rebuking in the name of Jesus Christ in the chat.
Okay, cool. How am I not
That's
a
kind
mod?
of fun. That's really weird. I'm just gonna, yeah.
You've been double rebuked, bitch.
I don't know how we don't have block
jumping
privileges.
in because we have the word Satan in our title, and no, we are not talking about the literal devil. Okay.
But even if we were, go do something better with your time.
Touch grass.
Get grass. Touch laid. Strike that. Reverse it.
I mean, get grass.
It's all good.
Also good. Anyway, okay, Man Who Chained the Lightning.
S tier. S tier. Sorry.
All right, well, give us your justification.
It's got the fucking clock.
I mean,
right.
yeah.
It's got the clock.
The dumbest.
It's got Dr. Satan screaming at a bank.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, this is right. Dr.
Shit.
Satan laughs at banks. Dr. Satan laughing at the bank.
God damn it, you're right. I forgot about that. Like, there's like long stretches of the story where I'm just like, what is happening? And it's all weird. But then they have these punctuated bits that are just fucking hilarious.
Can we?
Am I mistaken? Am I mistaken in saying that's also the one where he observes from a tree?
Yeah, no, it's not. You're absolutely right. No, I'm sorry. It is.
So it is that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. S tier. S tier.
Can we break down for a second Dr. Satan's plan in this one? Because I think it's important to understand the crux of it.
Please do.
So, okay, Dr. Satan is abducting these millionaires in situations where they are essentially alone. They're not surrounded by their friends or family. Their family are away somewhere, so he can make them. He hypnotizes them, pulls them somewhere else. He keeps them locked in his lair, which is under a graveyard in New York City. This is his new lair. These 4 millionaires that he eventually captures, he makes protoplasmic doubles of by taking a death mask of them, filling it with protoplasm, putting them on fresh corpses from the cemetery, and then he dresses the corpses in the likeness of the people, brings them out as these clones, and then sends the clones to the banks with checks that he has had pre-written by the actual people. But the plan hinges on the fact that there is only one bank where there is an electric clock on the banker's desk that blocks his view of the person writing the check, so they can't see the hand.
Am I confusing this with a
crux-
different one? What is this, the one that ends with Keen and Dr. Satan fighting in like the rubble of a warehouse, or is that a different one?
I think that was the consumer claim.
Okay,
that's a different. Yeah.
That's why I have this one rated lower. I'm confusing it with a different one. No, you're right. This is S tier. This one's fucking S tier.
I put this one on a. I put this one high A tier. So
it has all of that, and it starts with Keen just watching from a tree as Dr. Satan murders somebody.
Yeah, no, it's some of the worst Keen we ever see of just like moral depravity.
It's where we really get Keen's MO established. So it's very beneficial for the sake purposes of this story. Also, Keen disguises himself as one of the guys. He specifically disguises himself as Corey Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got basically a skin suit of Corey Magnus over crystal armor that he wears in order to fight off Dr. Satan's
Minecraft ass bullshit.
I don't think any of this plan with the protoplasm and whatnot hinges on Dr. Satan using the lightning at all. The lightning is for some other purpose. That's what I remember. So that's the other bonkers thing about this story.
The Dr. Satan's entire plan involving lightning and flesh golems would fall apart if someone bumped into the clock on this guy's desk.
If janitorial services came in and moved it a foot to the left or the right,
it's just fucked.
Yeah. No, this one's amazing. The hardest I've laughed in a while on this one for sure. Yeah. And the image of Dr. Satan laughing at banks is something I regularly visit in my head whenever I pass a bank. I love it. Great
point, Sickany. If this guy at any point in the process of signing the check stood up at his desk.
But that would require Paul to imagine that someone sitting at a desk wouldn't just always be sitting at a desk. In Paul's world, you get into the chair at the front of the office, you roll over, you don't look at your desk, and then you sit behind the desk, and then you do that to get out.
Oh,
S tier.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree. S tier. You know, I had it on A, but I'll move it to S.
Some of the dumbest bullshit that is just amazing.
Okay. So that's now Satan tier.
Yeah.
Again on my list.
That's Satan tier.
Now, it should. I want to shout out a comment real quick from Woundvog. I really like this. Since the original Wallstead died in Ascot's office, maybe the butler went to prison and never showed up again. Oh, don't forget, one important thing to remember going through these stories, depending on the story, people either know who Dr. Satan is or know who Ascot is or don't know who either of them are or vice versa. There's never a consistent thing about who does or doesn't know who Dr. Satan is.
That continuity, more than probably anything, pisses me off, or lack thereof, because the police get involved. Like, members of high society are involved. There are articles in newspapers published, and then people just are like,
high profile people in New York City at the beginning of the story,
or Hollywood.
These first two stories. Well, even just at the beginning here, even in New York, high profile people are being murdered in the most elaborate and ghastly way possible with the death shrub.
Yeah.
Then he's more discreet this time. Dr. Satan's more discreet this time because he's abducting people that he can make targets. But since we're going into Hollywood horror, this is okay. I just want to keep that in mind as we go into Hollywood horror, because Hollywood horror is, weirdly enough, I think Dr. Satan's most pacifist plan.
It's and before we continue with this, I do want to point out, like, imagine, and just to kind of reinforce what we're saying here about the continuity of people knowing, like, the publicity factor. Imagine if back in the 20s and 30s, if Carnegie got murdered. Like, that would be newsworthy. It would be history textbook worthy. But that never happened.
Now, imagine that exact same scenario, only the person who murdered him was dressed like a leprechaun.
To make things ever so slightly topical, and I'm going to be very careful with how I phrase this, how much we've been talking about a certain Mario brother doing a thing. And how newsworthy is that? Imagine that back in the 20s and 30s, the papers would not stop running it. So it's very strange that everyone either does or does not remember who Keen or Satan are, because fucking headlines. So, yeah,
also,
I don't know.
But again, also imagine that happened and that person was dressed like Luigi of Nintendo Mario Brothers fame.
That would make it even cooler. I didn't say that. Who said that? All right, so we're moving into Hollywood horror.
Future Maureen has no power here.
You have no power.
Future Maureen is making snickerdoodle cookies for all of us for later. You know,
So for me,
that's the best.
Now, granted, I wasn't on the second half of Hollywood horror because I think I was out of the country or something when that was happening.
You would turn into a skeleton because of Dr.
Oh, that's
Satan's
right. Yeah, I was a skeleton in France, in Côte d'Azur. I like Hollywood horror, and you are right that it's probably the most unique, other than maybe.
I'd rank Hollywood horror either a high B or a low A.
Same.
Yeah.
I also put Hollywood horror at a high B. That's just where it is for me.
Yeah.
Because This is the X-ray skeleton one, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So this is where Dr. Satan, I think one of his most consistent plans, where the MacGuffin of the story is what's used for both what he uses to target people and also what he uses against Keen. You know what I mean?
Isn't this also the one where it opens up with some weird tap dancing entertainer almost falling and never actually doing something? Or is that a different one? No,
that was Horror Insured.
So you're right. That's Horror Insured. Sorry. Okay. No, this opens up in the set. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. This is so Starlet Joan Harwell is doing a scene. They're rehearsing a scene. The light is replaced with a fine wire, as they keep saying. The light gets replaced, and the light shines on Joan Harwell's, just specifically on her head, and her all her flesh disappears, and now she's just a skull sitting on a woman's body. That she's just like, what's going on? Why is everybody screaming and freaking out? And then she sees herself in the mirror and then stabs herself with a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
So not sure if Dr. Satan intended for her to be killed. I think he just wanted to freak everybody out.
I think it's an interesting one-off because yes, he's targeting a very wealthy aspect of industry, which is Hollywood. But unlike every other victim he has, who is just like, I'm going to kill you, this is, I'm going to take away the power and the influence you have, which is your appearance, because appearance is everything in Hollywood. And it makes it very unique. But it's almost more cruel in, like, you know, obviously murdering someone is bad, but disfiguring them with magic to where you're just a walking skeleton and you can't do your job that you probably loved ever again is a, you know, unique form of cruelty and ingenuity.
It is. I mean, you got to hand it to Dr. Satan for coming up with that. And again, why people don't know him when he did this very high profile, you know, attack on Joan Harwell, this really well-regarded starlet. He then proceeds, as he uses this as sort of a warning to the studio execs, he then also does the same thing to Stang, the head studio executive, and his left, I think it's his left arm and his head are skeletonized, and the rest of him is normal.
Yeah.
Now, someone in the group knows Keen, so they bring him into the case to Hollywood, so he gets over there. But then Dr. Satan threatens to do the same thing to all the other big stars because I think this is still Star System Hollywood.
Yeah.
So he threatens to do the same thing to all these other starlets and all these other high profile people unless they pay him. And the thing that gets crazy about the story, in my opinion, is Keen actually does some, he does some deductive, and he figures out that the wires that are doing this are coming from somewhere nearby. He finds Dr. Satan hiding out in a pit in an old disused prop warehouse or something. And the pit has some machinery that he has some hapless goon who is just a mechanic working on. And I remember we voiced him like Joel Hodgson.
Yes.
Or at least I did. But Dr. Satan has this light that it's the same light. He uses it. It can change the molecules in people's bodies. So he can use it to make them invisible, but he can also use them to shrink a person while still maintaining the same atomic weight. So he shrinks this mechanic down until they're small enough that their atomic weight makes them fall through the crust of the earth.
Just fucking cool.
Right?
Well,
so
it's time for another realization. Isn't that what the disintegrating ray does several stories from now?
Oh, you're right.
It
essentially, yes.
It killed a man and shrunk him.
It turned him into a weird, almost mummified. The way it's described later on is so batshit insane. But we'll get to that story. We'll get to that
shriveled
one.
Up. Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It feels unfair to rate this a B because it is so unique, but it also just doesn't have the same impact as the others for me.
If B is the standard of a Dr. Satan story, then I think this story deserves a B.
That's fair.
A high B, but a B.
I think it's a B. It's a high B. It's at the top of the B tier.
But
Beatrice tier.
But playing Satan's advocate for a moment. It does have an ending that suggests that he'd absolutely just left that guy with an invisible skull head.
Which is pretty baller.
Oh, Sickney and Woundvog both point out this is also the story that starts with the psychic guy in the lighting department who remembers having a bad feeling and then escaping a theater that burned down. It's never brought up again.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
Okay. I'm still gonna say a high B, but it's a very, very high B.
No, it's not a bad story. It's not bad at all.
It's not. It's not. There's two things about this story that stick out to me that I think are really interesting if they had cared about the continuity. It's something I explicitly want to lean into in anything we do. One, the process is apparently reversible because Keen's able to reverse the transparency of his hand that got hit. But two, Keen destroys the machine, so Stang is forever stuck, as far as we know, with the head and left arm of a skeleton.
Keen is an actual sociopath.
That is great.
And that cemented that for me.
That is great and insane, which to me makes it the standard Dr. Satan story.
Same.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's high, very high B.
That's just an important detail to me because I will never forget.
Oh, go ahead.
Woundvog, to some degree, we have to separate the fact that we are hilarious from the equation.
Woundvog says, I think the jokes push it to an A for me, which that's an unfair standard to apply to all the stories. Because then they would all be ARS.
Agreed.
Because we are hilarious and awesome.
Damn, we're cool. But yeah.
Okay, and also,
I agree, solid B.
Yeah, solid B. And another key point, I forgot to mention this with the previous... B plus. Forgot to mention this with the previous story, but one key detail I forgot about in Man That Chained the Lightning, we learned Bostiff's backstory.
And that really cements the
actually only noticed that on the re-listen.
I remember it. I didn't remember it was from this story, but like that cements the not so subtle anti-capitalist sentiments and undercurrents of the whole series.
Yeah. To clarify, Bostiff was apparently lost his legs in a railroad accident. He was a railroad worker. He would see Corey Magnus, the guy who ran the railroad, show up all the time. And when he has an opportunity to stick it to Corey Magnus, you can infer reading into that Bostiff probably got no compensation from this and was just let go and then had to learn to walk on the back of his hands like some kind of, cartoon villain, like fucking Sebulba.
It's almost like poverty has a positive connection to rate of crime or something. Weird. Weird how that happens.
The thing about Sebulba is he stuck it to the Hutts after they took away his legs, and now he walks around on his hands.
There's a half-hour scene they made me cut from it. Sebulba was talking about his backstory. They wouldn't let me keep it.
George Lucas was inspired by Dr. Satan.
I do have RLM to thank of just making impersonations of George Lucas just standard, and it's beautiful.
I read all the Dr. Satan stories and did a bunch of Xannies and woke up and the script for episode 1 was there.
Which is pulp, which we know Lucas liked. So not Flash impossible. Gordon. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Not impossible.
Yep.
What's next?
So that brings us to the consuming flame.
Okay.
This one was Dr. Satan taking on the automotive industry.
Yes.
This
one admittedly had a very good joke where some rich dilettante was driving a lady and was just ignoring her, or at least we were making the jokes of just like completely disregarding her. And it's like, and she's like, something's wrong. Like, I don't know, there's electricity everywhere. We're going too fast. And we made a joke of, what, you want your period or something? Which was fucking funny.
Yeah.
But this is also like, doesn't Dr. Satan just hide out in a fucking like garage and like just zip around fucking with things? Everyone's like, what was that noise?
Yeah, that's right.
I had this at a B too.
I think that's fair.
It's also B for me. This is the one, of course, we read out of order. We read it second. Dr. Satan is using static electricity. Somehow he's got this weird little engine thing. It's the storage cube.
Yes.
The storage cube.
Yes.
Yes. Wait, hold on. This might have to be raised to an A. Is this the one with Science Friend?
Oh shit.
Yes. This is Science Friend's introduction.
This is A, Science
Laboratory
Friend.
Man.
B, Keen talking to a dead guy. Yeah.
And also a henchman dies in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, we lose Gers for the first time.
For the first time, we lose Gers.
This was justice for Gers. This was Dr. Satan in a hideout that was just a warehouse with a bunch of black sheets taped up.
Fucking Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, well, I mean, his first hideout was a New York basement, which was the same thing. Every hideout was like he hung up black curtains and had red lights. This one, he was in an old factory, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What else happened in this one? This is like a low B for me personally, because it's like
I'd have it as a low A.
I have it as an A because of what I mean, and granted, we did read this out of order, but that is what contributes to making it an A, because when we realized our mistake and then we realized the continuity issues of who died when, it kind of elevates it as a byproduct for me, which I know is not fair, but it's our tier list, so I don't give a shit. And Sickany says this one is at least an A.
Yeah, I think we've gotten multiple votes for A in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Okay. To be fair, Sickany makes a good point. This is the only one where Beatrice is directly threatened.
True.
Yes.
Dr. Satan kidnaps Beatrice.
Yeah.
To try and lure Keen there. And also he tries to turn Beatrice into like a zombie slave.
That does also happen.
Yeah, there's like weird the
cool.
first hints of like extreme necromancy in this story.
Yeah. Which it feels so out of order when you compare it to some of the things he does later. But
well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Yeah. Oh, and to be clear, Sickany also said, I think this was the first time a henchman actually died, unless it happened out of order. No, technically, Dr. Satan had a one-off henchman in the first story. That was Monroe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Monroe had learned the secret of Dr. Satan's identity, and he killed him with ancient Egyptian fire magic.
Was Monroe a henchman or just an aspiring like acolyte? Like it was Monroe had a very weird definition.
He was one of Dr. Satan's, like, he was there in his lair with Bert, Gers, and Bostiff, but I get the impression he was like low man on the totem pole compared to the other two. He's like a sycophant.
Well,
Whereas I'm sure Gers and Bostiff, they are like loyal to Dr. Satan, you know?
The treatment is weird because Monroe has more lines than Gers and Bostiff have for like most of the series. And it like, to me, it was this implication of, you know, you're my like, you know, I'm teaching you how to do all this. You're also someone with certain amounts of knowledge and wealth. But then he's just like looking to supersede Dr. Satan. So he just says, well, fuck you. I'm going to kill you. He was so disposable that I don't think of him as a henchman. I think of him as just
That's fair.
I don't know. It's probably neither here nor there.
I would. It's the loosest definition of the term. I just think you know, if I could split hairs about it, but I don't
Sure.
care. Like, honestly,
No,
it really is
not material.
technically.
If you'll allow me a brief aside.
Sure.
But that's not the consuming flame.
If you'll allow me a brief aside, I was over here thinking about henchmen. And whenever I think about henchmen, I think about Bob from the 1989 Batman movies. But funny story about me in my 20s. I had a friend who I won't name because of the story.
Sure.
Who was dressed up for Halloween at a Halloween party like Jack Nicholson Joker. And he was a close friend who I was kind of attracted to, but like I knew it was never going to be a thing. And I just casually mentioned to him like, "Oh, I always liked Bob from that movie." And he turned around in like his Jack Nicholson Joker getup and grabbed me and pulled me close to him and said the whole line about, "Bob, you're my number one guy." and he was so intense and like gripping me so hard that I had to step away to be aroused somewhere else.
Oh, what could have been?
That's a beautiful story.
Oh, it's beautiful. I brought us up on camera for that because it's beautiful.
Good. I'm not a like attracted to the Joker sort of guy, but
I would not have assumed.
yeah, that did something for me.
You heard me here, folks.
Yeah, this might have to be A tier.
Yeah, I'm pitching
agree.
in my argument for A tier.
It's hard to argue B. Like I wish we had, I don't want to split this up into A minus, A plus, B minus, B plus, but yeah, I think A is fair.
Yeah. I just kind of where it sits on the tier list. So, and I'll make the point too. I think this is one thing that helps elevate the story is it's one of the better climaxes when it comes to a showdown between Keen and Dr. Satan.
It's like, yeah,
usually
you know what?
when we read these.
No, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I would say usually when we read these, it feels like the like it kind of starts strong and then peters off, and that was true with the other ones before this. But the Consuming Flame has this great climactic thing where Keen is hooked up to the thing and he has only so much time. Luckily, he has that thing that Science Friend kind of helped him set up earlier in the story. So he's able to then turn the tables on Gurse. He escapes the factory. Dr. Satan realizes Gurse is dead. And then he turns the tables on Dr. Satan and feels like he's going to kill Dr. Satan. But he makes the mistake of looking away at the last moment as he tries to escape the burning factory with Beatrice. And Satan escapes the situation.
And that's
to avenge my man Gurse.
And that's it brings up the important topic of how the duels between Keen and Dr. Satan are portrayed. Most of the time, it's, even though a lot of it's in person, it feels like this very passive. I'll put you up on camera so we can get Gracie Cam. It feels like a very passive game of chess that is almost impersonal. Like they're yelling at each other, but this is the first time they come, and someone pointed this out in chat, like to fisticuffs. Like this is a very vicious fight. And we don't really ever get that again.
It is.
Which I think, also elevates this to an A tier.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm closing out Gracie Cam now.
Oh, okay.
Figured I'd do that for
Gracie Cam going.
Sundry, just for a little bit.
Everyone donate.
Yeah, sorry.
Donate money for Gracie.
It's for charity.
It's for charity.
Gracie's bark, if you translate it, is always down with the bourgeoisie. So support Gracie, socialist hero Gracie.
How some faithful audience member patron out there has to tabulate all of the ridiculous things we have excused with the phrase "it's for charity," because I know I have a lot of sins.
Yes.
My brain always
Gracie's
links
for
that.
ransom. I mean donation.
My show always links that to a joke from Mr. Show with Bob and David, where they have the guy hooked up to a lie detector and they slowly discovering he's done basically everything a human could ever possibly do, and also stuff that's impossible. And they asked him if he's ever derailed eaten a train car piece by piece after he derailed it with his penis. And he said yes, And then everyone was like, oh, and he goes, it was for charity.
Oh my god. Okay, well, that was The Consuming Flame. Is the next one horror insured?
Yes, the next one is horror insured.
Okay. This
one
was
is okay. Yeah.
it just like my initial remembrance, and this is wrong, probably because I've been drinking and I was drinking when I read it, is that it's a beautiful premise. Like the idea of using the insurance industry as a mechanism for killing billionaires, or at least holding them for ransom, is fucking genius. But it doesn't play out that way.
Yeah.
This one, honestly, is my only D tier story. This is Dom.
I would say C.
I might back you up on D tier.
I think arguably it's the worst Dr. Satan story.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
No, agreed.
I may second D tier.
Are there any other moments in it that could bump it back up to C? I'm trying to think. Actually, it does have. It has a typo in it. There's a typo in it where like Ernst calls the building they're in something, and then he calls it something else later on, which is sloppy.
It's like the national state building, and then he calls it the Northern State Building.
Yeah, that was like I picked up on that. And I was like, come on, Paul. This is
also okay. The first thing that happens is another fat fuck businessman is murdered in an elevator by basically melting into nothingness, and it causes the biggest uptick in the faint counter when 7 people faint all at once.
True. Is this the one that starts?
Passes out.
Is this the one that starts with the performer who's almost falling and almost doing something, and that's his shows like he almost does something?
Yes. This was Croy. This was Croy the entertainer who's doing "Burn Me Down, Baby,"
which is fucking stupid, and I don't know if that's a point against or for it. Like, who the fuck would watch that? Maybe it was a different time. I don't know, but I thought it was stupid as hell.
That's the interesting thing.
Stupid.
The interesting thing about Dr. Satan's stories is whether or not we have to interpret whether or not something fucking stupid happening is awesome or again.
God.
Well, okay, so this is one of those things. I enjoyed it for the laughs of it. Like, it was a weird thing. But the problem is, as the story progresses, it just gets... It's got Dr. Satan's, I think, least interesting height. Well, maybe not, though. It was the... he hides in an old photography studio, right? On the same building. It's like Lucian Photography or something.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to argue that this is a D tier story
and
for its ending where Keen summons ghosts.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Satan has the big dumb dragon.
They have their Pokemon battle, that's right.
Yes.
Yeah. It's
okay. And
it's the not in a positive sense stupidest thing to happen in any of these stories.
This is also the one don't they call in the cops to do like floor by floor sweeps in this one?
Yes.
And it's the wrong building or some shit.
No, it's the guy who's being threatened by Dr. Satan, and the threat is, I'm going to make you start taking out horror insurance with Lucifex Insurance Company.
Which is an awesome damn name.
The value of your life, it is. But the value is you have to keep paying the insurance so Dr. Satan doesn't kill you in a horrible method. In this case, the method, and this is when at the point I agree with you, Alan, on this point. The way Keen, because there's other times that the two things in the story aren't connected. The fire magic and the death shrub aren't really connected to each other in terms of like what Satan is using for his main plot. Same with the crystal lightning dildo and the protoplasm clones. Gets a little tighter when we get to the when we get to the next story with Hollywood Horror, with the shrinking, the light that turns you into a skeleton and also shrinks your molecules. Even the consuming flame was consistent with the same device. Now we've got Dr. Satan using these wax dolls to, when he puts them in a pan, they have to have a bit of someone's like material on them in order to it's a voodoo doll basically. He puts them in a pan and melts them and they burn to a crisp. But one of the dumbest things that happens in here, although it's one of my favorite moments in the story, is when Keen realizes that he's got voodoo dolls of him and Beatrice, and they're like, shit, quick, Beatrice, put this costume
That's
on.
right. Oh, fuck. I think that's why I have it at a C.
And he and
because
Beatrice have to quickly cosplay.
Yeah, no, that's why for me this is a fucking C, because that stupid ass cosplay, like, we're gonna get around this by putting on these ridiculous outfits. Like, for me, that it didn't save the story. It's not great.
And Keen just has them. Like, he just had them on hand. Kind of in the same way, just magically on hand. He has a similar voodoo doll, and I don't know where he said he has a similar voodoo doll of Gers, which, by the way, Gers is inexplicably alive again, and he kills Gers a second time. And way more unceremoniously than in The Man Who Chained the Lightning. And all kind of out of sympathy for Gers. I think they should have just kept the ending for that. But also, as Alan mentioned, when the millionaire is like, I'm going to catch this Dr. Satan like this, despite Keen's orders. And Keen is like, no cops. This is the first time Keen's like, no cops.
ACAB Keen.
He hires private detectives to sweep the building. And because Dr. Satan realizes this is happening, he kills this millionaire with his own doll, and he just dies off screen, and Keen hears him scream, and he's like, oh, well, I told him not to do it. And then they confront each other. Dr. Satan imagines a dragon. I know I kept making Imagine Dragons jokes this entire time, through the whole damn thing. And then Keen summons the ghosts of the 3 people who died in the story, his angry shades, to fight the dragon. And he would have killed Dr. Satan, but then the police barge in and are just complete Keystone Cop style incompetence.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucks. I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
it's the biggest like wet fart of an ending.
I can't really come up with another reason to justify a C tier, so I think I have to agree that it's D.
Okay.
It's Domby.
Thank you. The burlap sacks are really good. That's like the highlight of the
story.
Well, they're good
because we made them funny.
So dumb.
Like, and we bring them back later. That's why they're funny. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like we keep referencing that Beatrice is still wearing the burlap sack because she's like, what if someone has another voodoo doll of me?
I mean, they never said they took it off.
Like,
so
she's so traumatized by this experience that she has to keep wearing the burlap sack.
Yeah. Okay. No, fair. Okay. Our only D tier story is Horror Insured.
But I think that's fair.
So I think it is Beyond Death's Gateway.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh boy.
Beyond Death's Gateway.
I mean, for me, this is S tier because it, like, obviously we took Bernard Hallowell to absurd lengths, but to be fair to us, what Paul wrote was that he can make a ray that can disintegrate a person from 40 miles away. That is absurd. That is such insane bullshit that how could we not make Bernard Hallowell like a crack fiend, mad scientist genius?
There's also the notion that Bernard Hallowell died very shortly after this, and they never specify how. And we decided to headcanon it was a drug overdose.
I mean, come on. This is the story open with is it? I don't even remember if it's Keen or Satan at this point, but like they're on a ship and they're like, and then someone says, oh yeah, I have a substance that kills you. for 12 hours. It makes you brain dead, and it may put you in the afterlife. I don't know. We've tried it on this one dude multiple times.
The nameless dock worker.
Some poor fucking dock worker.
It was Dr.
stories.
Marksman. Yeah.
Like this
Dr. Marksman and Secretary of War Harley.
Yes, War Harley, that's right.
Good old War Harley.
Fucking like just off the bat, they put someone into brain death multiple times for science, I suppose.
Which is an antidote. It's supposed to be an antidote to a deadly gas that kills everything it touches.
Well, yeah. Now that I'm remembering all this, like, I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say to that.
The framing, I mean, Alan, you're with Alan. What do you think? Like, the framing around this is weird as shit, right? Like,
from the start.
I love it.
The framing around it is weird as shit. It happening is weird as shit. What it leads to is weird as shit.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it never comes up again is weird as shit.
That was the most frustrating part of this whole experience, was the fact that Beyond Death's Gateway happened and never has any bearing on a subsequent story.
No, it doesn't. My rationale, though, is that I think obviously, I think all takeaway, this one has one of the better second acts.
Yeah.
Of the whole series. And so I like the way that the plot comes together. Again, taking our jokes out of the equation, Dr. Satan kills Marksman in the only time we've ever seen Dr. Satan kill someone physically. Like, he literally chokes the man to death and throws his body overboard and takes the onion skin paper pill that has the instructions for the gas written on it.
That's right.
Yeah. From his mouth.
Okay. The ending of this story implies that both Dr. Satan and Keen keep using this stuff to try and kill each other.
Yeah.
Which implies an entire... I cannot forgive this story for not giving us the further adventures of Keen and Satan getting zooted off of afterlife cocaine.
Yeah. Yeah. And
trying to kill each other.
Like, this also has, and we have this on recording, Paul's most stream of consciousness, like, zenned out metaphysical musings at some point. And it's the strangest goddamn thing to read in the context of the rest of these pulp stories from Weird Tales.
Sickety just brought up the fact that Keen does in fact meet his father and not his mother.
That's right.
I love Kayla's response. I mean, women be shopping, am I right?
Or making coffee.
Or making coffee. God, y'all are on point. Gang.
Like, it's...
Beatrice, why isn't there a coffee in my hand?
In the afterlife. I need spectral coffee. It's like, at no point during the reading of this story were we not just yelling, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
It doesn't let up for a second.
It doesn't. And mind you, all of this is so first Dr. Satan goes to the afterlife to get the death ray, which he uses on some old guy who has a gold reserve in New Jersey. He hits him from 40 miles away through solid stone with a death ray.
I want to revisit
to the size of a little rubber
I
doll.
want to revisit what David just said. He goes to the afterlife to get the death ray. That alone is S tier for me.
From Bernard Hallowell.
It's such okay. All right, so we have to talk about this. We have to talk about the swerve that this story pulls on us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
because it feels there's a good chunk of this story where it feels like it's just gonna be another Dr. Satan killing rich dude story.
Yeah.
And then it just grabs the wheel and just drives off of a bridge.
So
into
true.
the afterlife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember?
Oh,
how
right, the dictator of Texas.
Yes.
Kelly Strong, the dictator of Texas.
There's so many implications that are just not explained.
None.
Like, was there a civil war happening? I don't know.
Speaking of dictators, muting my mic.
Future Maureen says thank you, by the way.
Live editing. You love to see it.
If anyone could read my lips there.
Yep.
Oh, y'all keep talking, taking a bio break.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can't. I don't know if I can argue against this one being S tier.
No, I'm with you. This is absolutely 100% an S tier story. This is up there with The Man Who Chained the Lightning for sure. I just think it gets so weird and existential at the end, and you start getting the mechanics of the afterlife and Ascot, like this idea that there's no secrets that can be kept, but Paul does a good swerve where he's like, but because you've only seen Dr. Satan in his disguise, you still don't know who Dr. Satan is or what he looks like. So that's also, I think he does some good world building with this one that is sadly forgotten about, as you mentioned. And they have a really good showdown in the Hell Sphere, where all those like lost souls are like coming in as like an inverted planet to kill Keen. It's really good.
It's like a moment where Paul Ernst is just like, he's been reading through the rest of Weird Tales. It's just like, people seem to like what this Lovecraft fella's doing. Let's throw in a little of that.
It's insane. I adore this. I adore Beyond Death Can't Wait. And I knew from the start that we were going to make this an S tier story. I'm not surprised this is an S tier story. I think we're pretty in accordance about where this sits. And I'm looking at my own tier list, and yeah, it was S tier. It was S tier from the
and again, on the topic of dictators, I really think that somebody out.
Well, no one could read your lips for that one, Alan,
yeah,
so you're safe.
That's good.
Kayla mentioned that they couldn't see you before either, so. Yeah, exactly, Kayla. So it's all good. You're safe. You're safe, Alan. Or are you? I don't know.
Somebody out there should. The press. Okay.
Shit.
I got to hear all of that, and I
Cool.
approve of what may or may not have been said. Yeah, no one can see you. It's okay.
Oh, well said. Yeah, now it's all good. Okay.
That way we have plausible deniability.
Red cheese on the pretzel. That's what I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next.
I fall on both sides of the soft pretzel debate. I like to have mustard and the cheese, and I like to alternate when I dip.
I agree.
Okay. So we move on to The Devil's Double. This is a weird one.
This is a weird one.
Yeah.
By the way, everybody, I gotta put this on camera again, which I probably should have done when I left, but whatever. But
That's okay, no worries.
The bottle of champagne is empty. So.
Oh wow.
Where we're at.
Kayla was nice enough to bring me some Riesling.
Hell yeah.
So I've got that.
Okay. Devil's Double.
Cheese on pretzel makes me think of ice skating. You know what?
What?
I don't think that sounds like something that sounds pretty good actually.
I'm barely putting in the work on moving cameras. I should have done it when I left. Oh well.
That's all good. Anyway, but the Devil's Double. Let's talk about the Devil's Double.
Yeah. We have another henchman returning. This is another henchman death.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bostiff has been Okay, here's the interesting thing. Bostiff makes a brief appearance in Beyond Death's Gateway, but he's just there for Dr. Satan to say, like, by the way, for your loyalty, I will make you like the secretary. I'll make you like vice president or secretary or something, and then you'll have all these men and women dancing to your every whim. And then he's like, but guard my body while I'm in stasis.
Yeah.
And that's all he does. So I just want to keep that in mind, because this story is such a backpedal. It's like not funny.
Isn't this the one where Kane dresses up as Dr. Satan?
Yes. The Devil's Double.
That's it starts off very promising, but then just meh.
Yeah.
It's
meh.
the one. It did give me the mental image of Dr. Keene dressed like Dr. Satan in a hospital, just screaming at a woman.
Look at me, I'm Dr. Satan. Like, that's the problem. It starts out with a woman like dancing with swords and shit and getting undressed in the middle of New York City or something, and it's
Louisville, Kentucky. It's in Louisville.
Oh no,
Kentucky.
you're right. Sorry, it is in Louisville. You're right.
No. Yeah.
We to go into our own bits, which again we are only factor marginally into our judging.
They have to factor somewhat, but yeah, they can't own the story.
This is if we made them up too much, I think they can't factor too much, because we did add too much in regards to kissing parties.
Oh, that was insane. That was insane. We heard about the art of kissing in a Weird Tales story, and then like weeks later, I'm going through archive.org and I see the art of kissing, the real fucking book, available. And I put it in our group chat, and I was like, oh my god, it exists. Like, shit blows my mind.
Yeah. And by the way, we did check on it. It is public domain.
So we will be reading the art of kissing at some point.
We'll read in its entirety.
Fucked up chapters.
And then we'll all gather up and practice.
Oh yeah. Also a Patreon exclusive.
Putting a pin in that real quick. Remind me at the end. I have some announcements to make about UCA.
OnlyFans analysis. Anyway.
Yeah. So
donate for pics.
So we start out pretty good. Wasn't the hypnotized dance a part of the movie? The incredibly strange mixed up creatures who stopped living and became mixed up. Like, fuck you. I hate that movie so much.
I love it.
I've never seen it.
It's like my least favorite MST3K. Well, no, there's episodes worse than that, but it is such a frustrating movie.
Get your chick out of shape.
Get your tickets here. I just see that.
I did. Spoilers, a little bit of spoilers for the art of kissing. There is a section on kissing other men, and I did spoilers. Spoilers from the era it's from. It's not exactly a progressive viewpoint.
God damn it.
I want to compare that in contrast. I just watched I just watched an episode of Smarty Pants on Dropout, and it was the episode where Iffy Wadiway was talking about kissing homies, and it's very positive, and I like it a lot.
I actually I'm sure I've said this before, but I read a lot of smut now. I read smut.
I'm aware.
And subversive leftist literature. That's all I read anymore. But most of the smut's been heterosexual, but I found there's a little 3-part miniseries of sapphic smut, and goddamn, was it good. We need more classic literature about homosexual kissing is all I'm saying.
I do if I could read me in our chat talking about my brief summary of the section on kissing other men. It kind of reads as, look, it's natural to maybe get curious and kiss the homies, but if you liked it, there's something wrong with you.
No. If we can pour one out for the homies, we can give the homies a kiss. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Kiss your homies with
Kiss
consent.
your homies
Okay?
with consent. Yes.
The devil's double.
Okay, we're avoiding this. Why are we avoiding?
Because there's not a lot to say about it. I mean, the ending is like, again, the setup is great. You have Keen coming into this weird chamber and doing this weird, like, almost dungeon delve to get to Dr. Satan, and he's still dressed as Dr. Satan. And then,
fair note, last story, Dr. Satan's hideout, which is, I think, the wasted opportunity in Beyond Discovery. He was in a castle in New Jersey.
That's right. We had the Aquatine connection there.
Yeah, gentlemen.
Behold. Am I not invisible? No. Why not?
This time.
Oh, shit.
This time, Dr. Satan's hideout is a branch of Mammoth Cave.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm putting out the hideout, like, vote for best hideout list. So
The thing is, like, his hideouts almost get no explanation. They get like a setup and then nothing else. So it's hard to really get invested.
I mean, I'm just talking about it just as a fun exercise. Which Dr. Satan hideout is the coolest? Just in terms of all of that.
But Abysme, what's the difference between those two? Those two what? I'm sorry, username, I'm drunk. You're gonna have to back it up for me. I haven't drank this much in a while.
Dr. Satan does that to us.
He really does. We've been planning this for months.
Yeah.
I'll wait for username to respond. Okay, so this ends with Keen busting out this flower that he discovered from a manuscript back in medieval times. That
it was an egg.
It was an egg. That's right. It was a fucking butt plug that he pulled out of his fucking ass.
He kept joking that he was going to egg Dr. Satan's car because Dr. Satan drove like a town car that he dropped Jane Ivor off in, and then he also kidnapped Harold Ivor. That's the reason that Keen goes after Dr. Satan, because he's gonna start driving millionaires' kids mad if they don't pay his ransom.
Oh, okay. Sorry, username is saying, what's the difference between smut and subversive leftist literature? The difference is one gets me out and volunteering and bettering my community, and the other one keeps me inside.
One gets you out and one gets you off.
Yep, essentially. That is the difference. Both positive, and I encourage everyone to engage.
Yep.
No, I'm actually really happy with my reading habits. Other than that, I'm also reading pulp, but that's for the podcast. That's not for personal pleasure.
There's gonna be spoilers. There's gonna be a lot more pulp in our future. A lot more pulp in our future.
Not to let my personal experience of this story sour it too much. This is when over halfway through reading the story, my internet went down.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
That was so fucking annoying.
We had to record the Devil's Double 2 times.
Yeah. God damn it. That was infuriating.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it sucked.
But
it's gonna color a lot of it.
I'd make the argument for this story being B tier.
That's what I was gonna put it, was B.
I have this
maybe
as a C tier.
Yeah,
myself.
I can see C tier as well.
Again, the beginning is really strong. We have a lot of ridiculous setup. We have Keen dressing as Doc. Well, now that I'm saying that out loud, the jokes we made elevated the first half way beyond what they probably are.
I don't think they didn't do enough with Keen dressed as Dr. Satan.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. That's C tier.
The other thing going against this story is Keen is wowed by the fact that Dr. Satan is hypnotizing people. When the first story alone, he literally hypnotized Keen. He's hypnotized loads of people, and Keen is impressed by this. And this feels weird coming after everything about this story feels weird coming after the Beyond Death's Gateway.
Yeah.
But with that in mind, just even after the first story, if this was rearranged, Keen being impressed by hypnotism is odd.
This is also post Beyond Death's Gateway, and this is when we start going, Keen, you've been to the afterlife. Hypnotism ain't shit.
Yeah. Now keep in mind, in the finale, Keen also, this is the first time we ever see Keen properly, like genuinely throw a punch.
True. Oh, that's right. He just clocks a dude.
Yep.
Yeah. And also the one time Keen wished he had a gun on him.
I will give this story credit for no cops.
No cops.
Yeah,
it does get the no
cops.
cops treatment, but again, we carry that into the next one way more. And Lori's right. Like, we can't factor in too heavily what we invented as funny inside jokes.
This is why. Yeah, I'm with Kayla. Maybe this is C.
I think it's C.
Yeah. And Lori, this is why Lori is one of our mods. Is because Lori made a really good call there.
To me, just for the sole fact that it gave us, Keen dressed as Dr. Satan and didn't really do anything with it.
Yeah.
And also, I'll give the story credit. This is Keen literally killing the most people in one go. Because he uses the blue mist that comes from the blue death of Saint Sartius to try and kill Dr. Satan. Dr. Satan plays a counterspell. And he also uses Bostiff to try and keep the gas from killing him.
That raises a really good question. Why is the title of the story is The Devil's Double, which we do nothing with. Why isn't it called The Blue Mist? We had the Consuming Flame, the man who chained the lightning, all this cool shit. Like, the Blue Mist should be the reveal, like the cool, oh my god, weird occult magic thing. But we just call it The Devil's Double, but nothing happens with that.
The only thing that happens with that is Keen uses the Dr. Satan disguise to fool most of Dr. Satan's henchmen, but they're all like hypnotized, like apparently criminals, because Keen apparently knows that all these people are criminals. And furthermore, he uses it to break the trance on Jane and Harold Ivor. That's the only thing he uses the costume for.
What would have been a cooler idea? And I know I'm chiding Ernst from Beyond the Grave. Like, it would have been a better story if Keen just decided, hey, what if I just masqueraded as Dr. Satan, did the same thing he did to thwart his plans and throw him into chaos, and just throw him off his game, and then try to catch him when he's trying to do his thing, and see if that doesn't just stop him in his tracks. Like, that would have been a fun chess game. It would have been a fun, who's doing what. And maybe Beatrice doesn't even know what Keen's doing and has to, like, we get like a Beatrice perspective for most of the story because Keen's just MIA.
A Beatrice,
we get like a Beatrice anything.
Yeah. Like, Beatrice anything, number one. But like, just, just crazy, like, what's happening? And it turns out, oh my God, Keen, you were also masquerading as Dr. Satan. You're so smart. Like, it would have played into all this typical bullshit anyway. But it was literally just, I'm going to dress up as Dr. Satan for a bit.
We had posited at one point that this story would have been amazing if Keen had found Dr. Satan masquerading as him and caught doing all these things like to ruin Keen's reputation or something.
We posited at one point that Keen and Dr. Satan are the same person.
We did.
We visited all the cool outcomes, and most of them aren't explored.
What if there was a whole society of Dr. Satan's and Keen used to be a member of it?
Oh.
We also had the idea of our potential version of just Dr. Satan is now a mantle that people pick up. Like, it's a beautiful concept. It has a lot of application.
Remind me when we get into the planning stages of our own Dr. Satan projects. I had another epiphany recently.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it later.
Okay. Kayla says, I finished my drink and I want another, but Gracie's on my lap, so I'm stuck on the couch forever. I know that feel.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Can't go to work.
Can't
Can't
go to
go to
work.
work.
Great
Got a cat on my lap.
Can't do anything. All right, so we're leaving the Devil's Double in C.
Yeah, we need at least
Yeah.
one in C.
Okay.
Tier.
Then
So we have. So let's look at where we are so far. Just a friendly reminder. So far in Satan tier, we have Beyond Death's Gateway, The Man Who Chained the Lightning.
Mhm.
Great.
In Ascot tier, we have Dr. Satan and the Consuming Flame.
Uh-huh.
In Beatrice tier, Hollywood Horror.
Yeah.
In Chichester tier, The Devil's Devil.
Yeah.
And in Dombey tier, Horror Insured.
I think this is solid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
I think
because,
we're all
in my
concordant on
opinion,
this.
our last story is going into S tier.
It's hard to argue otherwise because it does. I have so much goddamn gunpowder in my lungs, which will tell you what I was doing earlier today.
Okay.
There's no
You gotta
fucking
stop
ventilation.
Drinking, you gotta stop drinking like Blackbeard and mixing all that gunpowder with your rum.
But it's
dude.
so good.
It isn't. Just so everyone out there is aware.
No, yeah, I believe you when you say that. I'm not going to try it. No, go ahead.
No, it's just not.
Just don't do it. The Mask of Death is, ironically, or maybe not ironically, it is a fitting yin. It's the yang to the yin of the first story because it has all the hallmarks of a Dr. Satan story. It has criticism of what the wealthy do. It has, weirdly enough, Dr. Satan not really present, but
Yeah.
Except he is. Which
except
is the
he
best part.
is. Except he is, but you don't know that. So it has a really
which
good
is great.
swerve. It has, and the most important thing that it does is that it humbles Ascot Keen.
And that's impressive considering how much of a dick he is.
It feels like
I'm being called out in the chat. I need to do something real quick. Hang
Okay.
on.
sure.
I'll be right back.
Oh, yep. No, fair enough. Let me catch up on chat. I've seen a hypnotism show. It's definitely not as good as going to Afterlife. Yeah, no, me too. It's not that cool. Sickany says, I so wanted Keen owning a Dr. Satan costume that is never referenced again to secretly be foreshadowing for something like the two being one and the same or actually more linked than we thought. Exactly. Like, this series is so absurd and ill-defined that you can do a lot of weird shit with it that we kind of throw logic to the wind and we'll accept a lot. And we did accept a lot. It's weird that Paul didn't go further with it or just more complicated with it, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, it hits everything that is good about a Dr. Satan story.
Yeah. I'll say more when David's back, and David is coming back.
Yeah.
If you could interview Paul, what would your first question be? It's
My
a very
first question
rude
would
question, but it'd be, are you gay? Like,
Paul.
it's supportive. Like, I'm here for you. I support it. Like, seriously.
Or were you at least bi-curious?
Valid. You have a valid existence.
We will remember, Paul, I know you're up from the 30s, but we will accept wherever you are on the scale, on the hetero to homosexual scale.
You know what,
Honestly,
actually,
anywhere.
let me clarify that. I would ask, did you want to put more gay shit in there and Weird Tales wouldn't let you? What was Weird Tales' editorial restrictions on you? That's what I would want to know. Not just for sexuality, but for everything. What did Weird Tales say you couldn't put in there? Because I bet you it was a bunch.
I would deeply, deeply like to know more about Paul Ernst. I'm fascinated by him now.
Same.
But he was a very private person, and you know what? Good for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, what did I miss?
No, like we didn't say much. Literally, it's a story that humbles Keen through his own admission, not even like as just a narration, but Keen says it himself. It has Madame Death, who is
yes,
fucking hot.
who is the Shell, as they keep referring to her, being Sylvia Crane, apparently the most well-known extra in film.
Like, I don't
Since
know.
like Beatrice is like, I've seen her somewhere before. Yeah, that's Sylvia Crane. She's been in a bunch of shit.
Maybe I was just stupidly horny that recording, but I was like, God damn, Madam Death is cool.
Yeah, we were really on one with that story in general.
I had so much fun with the Mask of Death. I think, okay, another great all-time great also for the dumb names counter is Matthew Weems.
Oh yeah, Weems is up there.
Weems is fucking high on the list.
We had Weems and we had Chichester.
We had Kroner, which is a normal ass fucking name.
Kroner.
Yes. Chichester is my favorite.
Yep, Chichester's pretty great. We had what was revealed later, and again, the strength of this story is that we understand after the fact that Dr. Satan was impersonating different background characters through the story. So at one point, Dr. Satan is a random like waiter or something just going like, man, Keen ain't shit. That fucking bitch is a dumbass. He ain't even a real detective. And we're like, wow, the lay people know that Keen sucks. But it was actually Dr. Satan informing the lay people that Keen sucks. Well, which is fucking tits.
I'm not sure if those lay people were Dr. Satan. We know for sure Chichester and Madam Sin. But the lay people, I would hope the lay people are just talking about how much they hate Keen because he's a rich asshole who didn't do a goddamn thing to get that money.
Well, and keep in mind, this is like the setting is a resort town that was carved out of some, estuary to make like just a rich people's resort that they're hoping breaks even. That is just
fucking Maine.
It's just indicative of every like stupid fucking development that doesn't benefit anyone except a bunch of rich fucks. And again, that lends itself to the strength of this story. Of it just has all the hallmarks. You're reading it going like, man, I hate everyone in this story.
Yeah, the swerve, and also it introduces, I think, Dr. Satan's most interesting piece of technology being the time manipulation device, not travel, but the ability to take individual things or people and either speed up or slow down their time stream. And it's used brilliantly. Like Keen, you're actually going along with Keen trying to figure out what's going on. In a rare case of him actually being a detective in this story. He's
also the worst detective in this story. I remember one line of basically like he heard voices from another room and decided that was the place where people were. Some bullshit. It was so bad. He just it was some of the best parts, but yeah, I think and I hate time travel as a mechanism of plot. I despise it. It's some of the worst sci-fi I've ever seen or read, but this actually has constraints on it, which I appreciate, which is you can only time travel or manipulate time in a certain direction or dimension. It's not just you can go anywhere and do whatever you want. And then we have to decide between multiverse or single verse, theory. I think it's very beautifully done. It's interesting. It's archaic. It's inscrutable in some ways, especially in the beginning. And it's not. We discussed this when we read it. Of hey, is this more powerful than going to the afterlife? And arguably, like whatever. You can't really come on one side or the other of it.
It's powerful in the sense that I think in terms of a cohesive plot and also for the swerve.
Hold on.
I would argue I think it's...
Hold on. So according to Kayla, November 7th is now Paul Ernst Day. Is that his birthday? Or
that's his birthday,
that's his birthday. I'm on board for this. Can we make this a UCA holiday? Is November 7th is Paul Ernst Day?
November 7th is Paul Ernst Day. Kayla has declared it. We agree to it. Thank you, Kayla. November 7th is Paul Ernst Day.
I'm going to put this in my calendar right now, lest I forget.
For sure.
No,
it's
seriously.
on my calendar
I
too.
think that's a beautiful fucking idea.
Another thing to look forward to in November. I'm happy about that.
Seriously.
I might be out of town for Pirate Fest, but I will be celebrating.
Pour
Hell
one
yeah.
out for Paul Ernst on Paul Ernst.
You know what? Yeah. Pour one out.
Brilliant suggestion.
Love it. Love it. Perfect. Okay.
Yep.
Continuing.
Okay. So what I was going to say was, I think in terms of everything about this story, I think it might be Paul's best work in the Dr. Satan series, in my opinion.
Best as in, how do you define best?
In terms of like the whole story being kind of cohesive and like having a good through line and having, I don't know, it just felt like it was better crafted than a lot of the other ones. And that's not a knock on Beyond Death's Gateway, but I actually think like there's a strange, like the fact that it's kind of a mystery even for the reader as we're going through it. I really appreciated that. Like I so love the twist that not only was Madam Sin Dr. Satan, we kind of saw that coming, but the swerve when you realized Chester was Dr. Satan the whole time, that was really cool for me.
Was
that
so
made
good.
Me happy.
Yeah. I can't say it's the best because, like, if I put it up against Death's Gateway or even the first installment, not having Dr. Satan primarily featured, like, how much have we adored saying his lines in a harsh, gravelly voice?
That's fair.
Now, that being said,
I don't think I've even done it enough for this stream.
No, seriously, we haven't. But
I've
like
done it the whole time. I think I'm the only one who's done it.
Yeah, we haven't had long lines to read. But that being said, I don't want to I'm not entirely disagreeing with you. I think that for me, this and Beyond Death's Gateway are obviously S tier because they are just elevated installments relative to the rest of the series. They stand out for incredibly strong reasons, and it's when Paul was just on fucking fire. Like I don't know what shrooms he dropped for Beyond Death's Gateway, but he did it. For this one, he just said, "Hey, this is the last one," and he just he just locked in. Because this one, it's just really well written. There's a very compelling mystery, and I don't really like mystery for that much. It's not my favorite thing. But this one is so well crafted and so compellingly written that we were like, wait, what's happening? Oh my God, that's what's happening. And we had fun with it, of course, at Keen's expense, but we were genuinely invested in the mystery of it. And we never had that in previous installments.
There is so much in this story that in hindsight, that I think could tie in really well with a more cohesive, interlocking narrative of Dr. Satan. Like, it explains so much. We talked about how maybe there's a way he could have used the time device throughout the story, and it's one of the ways he's been able to flummox Keen. The reveal about what he did and actually how he murdered Wilson with speeding up his heart 1,000,000 times. That's honestly a really clever reveal. I thought that was interesting. Tried to do the same thing to Keen, and then Keen and Madam Sin, actually Sylvia Crane, like being in this fight and suddenly waking up in the room where everybody was now unfrozen. Like that it's interesting that for the most part this only had one corpse, and that was Wilson. I mean, I presume Chester survived and Dr. Satan got away, even though his comatose body was there for Keen to try and strangle to death, which he didn't get a chance to do.
Yeah, we can only presume Chester survived.
and again, I already said this, but it bears repeating. Reading Keen admitting this is my fault, it's just one of the most powerful things to happen in this entire series. Like, I was floored.
In the vacuum of this series, yes.
Yeah, like I can't believe that happened, and that Ernst did that is just like hats off.
Crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
I did not.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So I mean, by power vested in us, the foremost authorities on Dr. Satan.
True.
We have our tier list.
Yep, here we go. Here it is.
Okay, starting at the bottom, working our way up.
D tier, Dombey tier, horror insured. C tier, Chichester, The Devil's Double. B tier, Beatrice, Hollywood Horror. A tier, Ascot, Dr. Satan and the Consuming Flame. And S tier, Satan tier, The Man Who Chained the Lightning, Beyond Death's Gateway, and The Mask of Death. The fact that we have 3 S tiers is, I think, appropriate. We love this series so much.
Oh,
For sure.
yes. Nothing but love for this series. It is weird. It is wacky. It is strangely poignant at times. And it is like pulp fiction at some of its finest, in my opinion.
It's everything I want from like current media. Obviously I want social commentary, but I want artistry, I want imagination, I want ingenuity, and I want reckless abandon. It's a lot to ask. I realize that. I know it's out there though, and all it takes is funding and recognition and a chance to give certain creators a chance to do something like this. I know it exists.
But if it's out there in retro pulp form,
True.
I guess it'd be up to us to read a bunch of pulp stories and go find it.
Oh gosh. Interesting.
Yeah.
David, do you want to make some announcements?
I think now might be the time. So I do want to briefly point out, I appreciate this. This is something to keep on our radar. Kayla mentioned Paul published a mystery novel called The Bronze Mermaid. He's going to check it out. And another mystery novel called Lady Get Your Gun.
Oh my God. Okay.
We in this house, in this channel, in this podcast, we stand Paul Ernst, and I want to see more of what Paul has done. So
if that's in the public domain, absolutely.
I would love to. But on that note, I want to talk a bit about our future projects, because I realize since we wrapped up The Mask of Death, there hasn't been much UCA. The last one was published September 9th. That's an awful long time for there not to be any UCA. Technically, this is UCA. That's the way I see it. So we're hopefully fulfilling our obligation to some of our listeners here. But we've been extremely busy, for one, because I think all of us have stuff going on, whether it's fighting the power or working a lot or both. I know that's the case for us, which is making it's becoming increasingly difficult, but we try to get these done in a timely way. I know I've been trying to spearhead a lot of it.
And I think there's also the fact that we incredibly have been floated for a very long time by submissions from our readers.
Yeah.
Yes.
When we moved to no longer reading just raw creepypasta.
Yeah.
But that was never going to last forever.
Right.
And if the next few years of my life I am reading a short story, one story every 2 weeks, I don't want to say anything extreme, but I think you might know what I'll do.
Yeah. No, some things are not tenable.
Look, as much as
I might have the same reaction I had at there being a new Now You See Me movie.
There's only so much we can handle.
But you've seen for the last year and a half of the podcast or so, almost 2 years, we have been delving almost exclusively into public domain pulp fiction. Whether we're reading a Ray Bradbury story like 0 Hour, or Kayla and I reading The Crime on Christmas Night by Gaston Leroux, same author as The Phantom of the Opera, or us reading the Ghost Table story, or me and Alan doing Poe Standards, which is we do need to wrap that up at some point. We have at least one more F tier Poe story left, right?
Yep.
Okay. So understanding this, there's and looking at the reality of the situation, we are we are going to carry on with UCA until we get to the 200th episode. And then we're going to sunset UCA. But keep in mind, sunsetting is not the same as ending. We're not going to be doing the 2 times a week for the show. It's already kind of difficult as it is. Because, yeah, unfortunately, creepypasta has become a more difficult and semi-dead genre to cover. We think we did our due diligence. We've done what we can there for horror fiction.
Dronian said we can't. Dronian said we can't read the true.
Yeah, that was the fucking last nail in the coffin of that.
Yeah.
And then creepypasta died.
Yeah.
Yeah, creepypasta is dead. It's over. Look, I thought long and hard about this.
We all have.
And I've talked to all of my people in my circle, all my folks here. It's been a good run consistently for 11, almost 12 years. But time has come to say, hey, I will revive Undercooked Analysis whenever we have something that feels appropriate to read for it.
Yeah.
UCA will continue to be the home of our writing challenges. We will share the work of people who are, when we do a writing challenge, it'll be hosted through UCA. We will continue to showcase in other random instances the horror fiction that is sent to us by friends of the show, by listeners. If you want to continue to send that and you send us something like that, we will read it. We will happily read it and give you the critique that we'd like. But I just don't see it being a tenable regular thing anymore.
What we can see being a tenable regular thing is potentially moving to a new podcast stream under a new title and reading public domain and pulp fiction.
Mm-hmm.
This has been our kind of in our back pocket for a little bit, but this is what we're leaning toward.
So we're not going anywhere.
No.
That
We're pivoting, but
we're pivoting
again, like my co-hosts are saying, like UCA is not going away. It's going to be infrequent. It's going to be whenever we have the chance and whenever we have. I know there's submissions out there we haven't looked at because we've just had stuff going on. Those are not off the table by any means. We want to make sure that we have a constant stream of content or some source of content to bring to everybody, to our patrons, to our audience. So, and one that we also enjoy doing, which was a very difficult needle to thread, but we have in public domain and pulp fiction stuff as more of it enters the public domain year after year. And it's something that we enjoy. It's something that we've derived a lot of just enrichment from. And from what I can tell, the audience also likes it too. They like how we're reacting to these stories. They like what we're reading. So we feel like this is a very obvious next step to do.
Since our mission with these shows has always been to encourage people to create, having the public domain available, I mean, look at how much it's encouraged us. You've heard us talking through the podcast about what we would do with Dr. Satan, what we will do with Dr. Satan, because Dr. Satan is available.
Yep.
And the fact is, reading and unearthing pulp fiction that maybe not, and pulp work that, and public domain stuff that maybe not a lot of people know about, or maybe even people do, but is obscured, gives it a chance to be seen and heard and witnessed by more people, which could then be like, hey, do you want to use this as a vehicle for your own work? That's what I want to encourage with this show. That's what I want to encourage with this next project. We are going to go forward with stuff that's going to keep us entertained, that we are going to be able to do without the fear of being shut down. I know I've had to live that fear because of what happened to the original Midnight Marinara channel.
Yeah.
Scary. Those are scary times.
Very scary.
Mm-hmm. And we are moving into times too, or we have been in times now where it's becoming increasingly harder to find stuff that is available to read without the threat of someone shutting you down completely, or the crime of just sharing something that is also freely available.
Mm-hmm.
The crime, I should say.
Sickany says, you guys have been encouraging me to be creative. I've done a little practice writing, but I'm also super into pulp now. That's exactly what we want to happen. Like,
also,
we were very happy about that.
To confirm with Lori, this will mean a new podcast title.
Yes, it will.
Yes.
Title pending. We don't have a firm decision yet.
It'll mean a new podcast because, again, UCA will still exist. It'll just be more infrequent.
When it happens. It happens, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like some of the other shows on the Creative Horror Network, but we've wanted to make sure we have something consistent we can keep doing.
Mhm.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about the Jameson tapes, you guys. we recorded a whole episode. And
we talked about that earlier in case you missed it.
yeah, just in case anyone missed it, I got the whole episode edited basically twice, and each time Audacity just fucking crashed and I lost everything.
I know.
But I've had new driver updates. I have a new power supply. I think everything's gonna be fine. I am finally going to edit the episode. It's from back in March.
Unless you've edited over an hour's worth of podcast content, you don't know the horrors therein.
I took over for editing, and I told Abysme, like, it's no sweat. Editing is my zen, and that's true. I just don't want to have to fucking do it a bunch of times over and over again.
No, it's fucking brutal, dude. But we'll get back on that. We will have more Jameson tapes as well. And yeah, like, we're really excited for the new pulp content. We're not going to stop on the writing contests. We're not going to stop on other stuff. The Creative Horror Network is still going to be around. And on Dr. Satan, on that topic, we're not quite done. We still we're going to have a Jameson tapes of watching a TV adaptation of Dr. Satan. Kind of adaptation. Kind of. It's weird, but we're going to do it. And then we have a darkly lit adaptation of a book that was written recently about Dr. Satan. Obviously, we can't read that, on stream, so we're going to read it independently and then talk about it for Darkly Lit. So there's more to come.
Or we would like to, at least. That's the intention.
Yeah.
No teasing.
No teasing.
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, that did happen, by the way. Sorry. I remember when David and I thought we'd lost almost 4 hours of the podcast episode for Animusings for our Little Mermaid episode.
God.
Yeah, that was oh God, that I cringed. Thank you for dredging up that memory, Caleb. That's
I loved being on Animusings, by the way. I was on it twice, actually, but both times was amazing.
I mean, let me tell you something about editing your own podcast. You get to hear and edit all of your own vocal tics and hear them happening in real time.
Everybody who has ever recorded anything already hates their own voice, and you learn to doubly hate it when you listen to it for fucking 4 hours straight. Every smack, every tick, everything you do.
I just want to put out a Jameson tapes master recording of just me going so
yeah, it's and remember, we're drunk when we do this, so we're barely coherent as is, and making that into a listenable episode we could make it into a full-time job if the world were just, but we can't. Just saying.
Even right now, our crowd is watching me just struggle to stay awake.
I am. I don't know how many drinks at this point.
Yeah, I've got to go in like a couple hours, so I've got time. But I mean, it feels like we're kind of winding down anyway, so it's all good. It's good.
Yeah. At this point, we're just kind of hanging out.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to address questions, comments, and also I still kind of want to talk about those. I want to get some community feedback here, see what you all think about some of these weird little. We already got our tier list, but I want to know.
Yeah. Fuck it. We'll do another stream.
You know what? I'm going to say it right now, because Alan. I forgot Alan's name briefly because I've been drinking heavily. I was going to say the name of one of my lawyers. I'm like, that's not who this is.
It's okay. David called me Matt earlier. It's fine.
I started to. I was like, Alan?
Alan had previously said, like, hey, write me a gay fic for Dr. Satan. That's not a joke. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. No, write us some gay fic for Dr. Satan. Submit it. It's not an official contest, but we will rank the submissions.
I think an official Dr. Satan contest sounds pretty good, though.
I think it'd be great.
The story does not have an ending.
True. Oh yeah, how would you end Dr. Satan? Like the official ending of some resolution of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know. I have an idea about how I'd end mine, but again, this is top secret stuff I'd like to discuss with my co-hosts because it might factor into
we're not talking about that. Yeah.
Because that's the other thing. I will say tentatively right now, I want to do more audio drama. I've been craving doing more audio drama, and I would love to do more kind of goofy radio serials and have it be actually serialized. And I think Dr. Satan is going to be where we do it. Whether or not it's going to be adapting and then adding more stories to the current lineup and then moving outward from there, or doing something set after just as its own, is kind of up for debate. But I am feeling so inspired to do these and actually pulling from my friends and the other people I have in terms of talent to try and get this fully cast with a proper, like, kind of goofy 1930s radio play flair to it. That's kind of what I would like to do.
Paul Allen says, sorry. Hi guys, bringer of lighters here. Miss you guys. Hope all is well. Still hoping one day Darkly Lit can come back in some form.
Well, I want to point out Kayla is a real saint because Kayla hates editing and has been doing it for Darkly Lit. It's rough. So many ums and ahs.
Fucking sucks.
I'm going to make a promise right now. I'm going to have it on recording. If and when we bring Darkly Lit back, I will do all the editing for it. I promise.
I like editing. I just don't like losing all my work.
That's the problem. You lose and you're like, wow, that was 6 hours of my life fucking gone.
It sucks. It fucking sucks. It's the worst thing. Being an editor, I've dealt with it many times on many podcasts, not just ours, and it's the worst thing ever. Yeah. I hate it.
No, I've run five fucking podcasts in my life, and I hate editing with a fucking passion.
As for the request of more streams, Abysme and I have been discussing just hopping on here and playing some games on occasion. So
actually, we really do want to do that.
I have it on my head that we need to fucking play Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2 on here.
Yes,
that'd be fun.
Yes. Oh, also, what was that? What was that FPS? That boomer shooter that was very pulp.
I played. I didn't complete the first mission of that. Fucking, I know exactly what.
I know. I can't remember that. Fallen Aces. Yeah, no, exactly. I just actually on GOG got Red Faction, the first Red Faction, which, oh man, I played as a kid and loved, and I love it again, and I would love to do that on stream because it's very Paul Ernst minded, I will say. As far as political undercurrents, but yeah, no, we have shit that we should do, just fun streams. Because I totally understand chat's request here. It can't just be podcast recordings. We need more engagement with the community. I totally agree, and I want to do that. You know,
this has been really well. I want to really quickly point out, Kayla linked to an article that I'm definitely going to look into, more detailed article about Paul Ernst as a person.
Hell yeah.
AKA, I just want to shout this out. AKA Chris Brand, Frederick Carr, George Alden Edson, George Edson, Ernest Jason Fredericks, Emerson Graves, Kenneth Robeson, Paul Frederick Stern. Those are all aliases of Paul Ernst.
What was the other one we saw? Something Manly.
Oh, Manly Wade Wellman.
Yeah, I think that's a different guy.
It is a different guy, but like, goddamn, that's a good pen name.
There's a couple. Okay, while we're setting up for this, I'm hinting cryptically at this this pulp and public domain podcast, and that lets us cover a bunch of stuff. I mean, Post Standards is another hint of that as well. I mean, we also one time tried to cover Lair of the White Worm.
Oh Jesus! I remember so vividly. We were all in the same room, and we're just like, we're done, right? Like this is over. No, we're stopping right now.
We were done. We just decided all collectively. But
Yeah. I mean, we got the Castor Regis out of it.
We did.
We did.
Great fucking drink.
A wonderful drink. So
Terrible racist story.
keep in mind all the things that we've said we want to read in the future. The kissing party, the art of kissing. Stories by Manly Wade Wellman. Stories by Seabury Quinn.
Random fucking ads. Random shit in Weird Tales magazines.
Dr. Satan isn't even Paul Ernst's most famous character or series.
Right, the Avenger is his most famous, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And now we know about 2 novels he's written thanks to Kayla. So I'm very curious.
We have so much.
Kayla makes a good point. I am down to play The Long Dark with y'all.
I would. Man, if Long Dark, remind me, Kayla, is number 2. Does that include multiplayer? I'll wait for you to answer. But like, even if it doesn't, Long Dark, just as a long play and us just like being there for the ride, is such a fucking good series. And I think Kayla, like I'm okay at Long Dark. I think Kayla has put in way more hours and is like really fucking good at it. So if they want to play and we just like sit and chill, I'm so happy for that. Seriously.
Yeah, no, I've seen how dedicated Kayla is with The Long Dark. It rules.
I've got a Steam library full of horror shit that I haven't even touched. So
we have a lot.
I have whatever the Cabin Factory is that someone wanted me to play on the
Cabin Factory. The fuck?
Cabin Factory.
I've been avoiding spoilers on a game that's like over 5 years old now. God, what is it called? Some anime boat. Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh, well.
Oh, shit, son.
I'm pretty sure we all know the twists of that yet, but if you're playing it for the first time, I would watch.
If you don't, I'd watch it too.
Yeah.
I want to see your like blind reaction to some of the stuff in that game.
I played through all of Doki Doki. Like, I didn't call out of work, but I played it until like 5 a.m. and just went through the whole fucking thing, and at one point just stood up from my desk and walked out the room and just couldn't deal for a while. That was a rough work day the next day.
I'd love to play Deadly Premonition with
oh hell yeah.
Abysme and David in my ear.
No, I've played through Deadly Premonition. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't even played like you can't literally 100% that game. Maybe you can.
I played a good chunk of Deadly Premonition.
No, that's a fucking great game.
So The Long Dark is not multiplayer.
I know the first one isn't.
Do one of the challenges.
I know the first one isn't, but I think the second one might be. At which point,
the second one they're going to have multiplayer for it. That's
okay, good.
I'd love to play Deadly Premonition.
Both spooked by the end.
I'd love to play Deadly Premonition with David on audio doing a David Lynch impression.
That would be great.
I will happily do that. I'm one of those people who I would love to stream anything that just has text for dialogue and just have us all do the goofy voices.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I do with all the Paper Mario and Mario RPG games. I just do Kayla and I have played through those together recently, and we're just switching off who's doing the voices. It's so much fun.
But no, yeah, like there was a few years ago, I hopped on stream and just played Slender the Arrival, and that was really fun. So I'd love to do some more. I'd love to do some more shit like that.
Hell yeah!
Okay.
Like Slender the Arrival. I owned that and I played through it. It was amazing.
In the case of these streams, they don't all have to be charity driven, but
True.
I want to say, just while we're here, I know it's kind of unofficial, but thank you all so much, everybody who donated. We saw the donations, we saw what you submit, and it just every little bit helps. And I'm so happy with this. Just y'all are great. Thank you so much.
Quick point of order. In regards to our streams, they don't all have to be donated to, because I did change my old Twitch into the Creative Horror Twitch.
True.
And I'm an affiliate.
Hey!
There you go.
So Creative Horror is a Twitch affiliate now. So
Sweet.
People will be able to subscribe and
whatever,
give us money. We can fucking commission some special emotes or however the fuck Twitch works.
Twitch is fucking weird.
Did you post a link?
Oh yeah, if you could, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I want to do more live streams. I am a lot of my time recently went to a recall campaign that I was a part of that has ended because there's a time period on it, and I'm joining other campaigns later next year, but in the interim I will have more time for other stuff, so I definitely want to do more streams. I want to make more time for more streams. I think it's a wonderful way for us to engage with our audience, that especially in between postings of episodes, which, because life is life, we have little to no control over our capacity. So I think if we can just jump on an impromptu stream, we would like to, of course, schedule them ahead of time. Like we want to give people as much forewarning as possible. But just everyone keep your eyes on the channel. Ring that bell for notifications or whatever.
Smash that like button. Smash.
Fucking hell, I hate YouTube. Oh.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm reading lots of suggestions in the chat right now for
I mean,
stuff
good.
to play. This is
Good.
great. Yeah.
I mean, to get one that would be popular out of the way. Get ready, chat. Never played Undertale.
Hey.
Oh boy. I've seen it played too many times to play it myself, but
I have it right here and here. I could install it. I played. Oh yeah, there was another random stream where I played Yume Nikki for the first time.
what's the one game that you're a fisherman? There's an that is Dredge. Dredge is
I've heard good
amazing.
things about Dredge.
I've played through it twice. I love it. It is perfectly Lovecraftian. It is fun. I mean, fishing in games is amazing. We've been playing a lot of Schedule 1, and occasionally the creator says, okay, here's 3 options. What do you want in the game next? And one of them was a fishing game because it actually takes place in a harbor town. And I was like, fishing. Put fishing in the game. Please put fishing in the fucking game. But Dredge is amazing. It is so perfectly made. And I would play that on stream. Even if I'm just starting from scratch, I don't care. It's beautiful.
Dredge looked really cool.
It's so good. Really cool. It's so good. I love it so much.
Is there any other business to get to? I'm gonna fucking die.
No, everything else I think is more just like behind the scenes.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think we should let Alan go and get some sleep.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go hang out.
Yeah, feed my cat and
pass the fuck out.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, we love all of you. We thank you so much for coming out.
Fucking best.
Thank you so much.
Everybody who donated.
Seriously, thank you for donating. Thank you for being here for so long. Thank you for supporting the channel and everything. And we are excited to bring you more content.
I've never done this. Am I doing it right?
Yes, you're doing it right.
Do I need to make it rounder and pointier?
There it is.
Yes, make it more sexy.
This is what all the kids are doing, right? They go like that.
I don't know what the fuck kids are doing, and I don't care. I'm old. Heart. Send us your Dr. Satan gay fic, and we will see you all later.
You kids with your Scooby-Doo toilet.
Thank you all so much.